Yeah, fuck. All right. Today, kind of wanted to look at. Yesterday, I was doing some database analysis stuff, my own database, and kind of looking at some other people's as well, and looking at some of the things, I guess, slight leaks that a lot of people have, even good regs. So I'm assuming if some of these winning good regs have the leak, you guys are gonna have the fucking leak too. And it's a kind of common one. And it ain't sexy, it ain't fun, but it is overfolding to a C-bet in the big blind, from the big blind, just overfolding. So what I'm gonna do is, yeah, I think this is a good idea. I'm going to drop this filter, right? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna drop this filter that I have in. It's already downloaded, and I can just drop it here. There. Yeah. Here's this filter. So you guys can download this. I put it in the Zoom chat. So you guys got that? Anybody have it? And if you guys are not familiar with how to upload reports, that little file I just sent you guys. Wait a minute. I think it's go here. But yeah, it should be there. It should be you could just upload it with this little file and import that file. And then what I want you to look at, where is it at? 6. There's bet 41% there. I'm sorry. 44, 49. It's just like folding. How much are we folding overall to C-bets, heads up, and things like that? I think mine is 40. What did he say? 1 second. It's 37 hand. I have 37K hands, 39,000 because I played some more. RFI. So I looking at small blind stuff. Let me see. And then BB fold to flop C-bet. That's what we need to look at. Mine was a little high, and the sample sizes of a reasonable group was a little bit too high. So looking at fold to C-bet here, fold to C-bet numbers. What's up, Julian? So fast. So I was just reading the chat. At the end, can we go over what to do when you bet pre-flop and then completely miss the flop? I only played a tournament 2 days ago, and one time I had ace queen eight. Both times the flop was. So what did you do? Just check and give up? Well, yeah, yeah, we could talk about that a little bit, but those spots are kind of nuanced in a way. And if you're out of position on those boards versus low jack, you're mostly going to be checking fucking infinite. Out of position on some of these, but you do get to make some C-bets. But staying focused. Anybody that has that filter, can you tell me what your fold to C-bet is, like heads up versus button in some of these spots? Here's mine. So it's a little bit too fucking bad. Anybody find this number in their database? If you have uploaded, I'm sure none of you guys did shit and you're sitting here listening to me, you lazy. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, take this filter, and this filter is good for you if you don't have an organized filter. I just gave you one that you could use if you are thinking about getting one-on-one coaching, if you want to research what good baseline numbers are for anyone. This is nice, organized, and it has all the statistics that are relevant. Your check raise numbers, all this stuff, your 3-bet numbers, your float. So this is very good. You guys should use this. But with that being said, I am fairly certain a lot of people are overfolding to C-bets still to this day, myself included. And I think some of it's a byproduct of our opponents using bigger sizes, right? maybe we're defending too wide versus certain sizes. So a few things I want to look at and tidy up are pre-flop, defending and making sure we're defending versus late position, not too wide, and again adjusting our range, and then just playing flops. We're just gonna GTO drill a bunch of flops, make sure we're achieving our check raise, make sure we're defending versus the c-bet, making sure we're floating appropriately wide and not overfolding, and then see what we do versus different bet sizes. So I hope that sounds good to you guys. It's valuable poker. It's something that we're in every single fucking day, hundreds of times a session, whatever. You're going to be in that big blind facing a bet from late position. So, but does anybody have any questions, comments, or anything like that? Anybody who I dropped the filter to having issues? And I dropped that filter there. I want you guys, what are your numbers? Anybody have these numbers? Most people, you should be like in the low 40s, 40% for defending. You should be low 40s in that spot. So if you were, I've seen a lot of 51, 52, 53% folds. Beats, that's very good. Beats is at 44.9. That's really good. Over what sample size? That's really good. Could be a few points lower. I think you want to be like 41, 40, but 42, 150K hands. God damn. 45.1, extremely small sample. So you guys are doing well, yeah. BB fold to c-bet is what is the number I'm looking for. BB fold to c-bet. Cool. And then also,
where do I import this again? I'm sorry, I'm
no problem.
briefing the tech.
Oh, no problem. You can go here, import, and then that database analysis or that file I just dropped to you. You can import it there.
Okay. I have to get home, then I can do it.
Okay, yeah. That's just something I wanted to include for you guys. You know, it's nice you have a filter now for your own. If you've never had a filter, you can use this filter, and I strongly believe you need to be at least looking at your filter every other week, every couple of weeks, or something like that, and analyzing your database and seeing, making sure you're hitting your benchmarks for RFIs, and all that good stuff. So make sure we're.
Would it be more relevant? Would it be more relevant to have like maybe 2 weeks or a month?
No, I mean, you can. That's not the important part. You can look at it as much as you want. I'm just saying you should just be aware of it. If it's once a week, if it's every 2 weeks, whatever it is, Pepe aware. No, it's there.
Like the hard part is like from the data, we get the number, but the other and more important thing is then, okay, we know what the leak is, but we can't artificially say to ourselves, okay, we need 36 now. So what we actually need is, and what you are probably going through is like how to structure now. How can we make that stat better?
Yeah,
for us?
well, when you have this, right, you can go back and start looking at the specific hands you've played. So you can go back here through the filters, and then you can see all the situations from the big blind, right? And then start looking at that. That's what this ultimately is. If you're leaking in a spot, you need to get in there, see what your leaks are, what you're doing in game, how you're deviating, and start looking at the spot, right? So you go here, look at your big blind, and pull up all the damn hands from this filter in that spot, and start going through them. Do that every once in a while if you want to get better. Do it after every session. You can be a sicko like that, and making sure. Running your hands back against the solver, checking and making sure you're defending pre-flop with the appropriate ranges. That's the fastest way to get better. It's not fun, but it's the fastest way. And that's what I was suggesting. Not just looking at the number go up, good. Number go, no, you gotta.
Yeah. That's what I'm. So that's the reason why I said it, because like people tend to think about, and I just wanted to put it up there that like not to like delude ourselves with thinking that I see many of these comments sometimes in forums that, okay, I have this 36, now I need to get it, 44, and then they just start to do some nonsense stuff to get the perfect number, but they don't understand that the methodology is much more important how to get there than artificial just pulling up a number and thinking that, okay, I can go now. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, sorry.
No, no problem. You got some wicked feedback. You might have to mute, buddy, like in between comments, because the wind, it sounds like you're in a wind tunnel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Sure.
Let me see. Beat says at 36, then 39.6 at 1500 is, that's probably fucking perfect. Somewhere in there. Like my sample is just from the entire year, but you know. All right.
Yeah, no, that's just this year, so
yeah.
just over a month and a month.
Yeah, that's really good. And that's where we want to be. And a few conversations regarding this, a lot of this starts with pre-flop. If you're defending too wide in these spots, you are going to inherently have to overfold because you have too much dog shit in your range, or making sure we defend in first place. So quickly going through 20 or 40, it ain't sexy, but the more your brain sees this shit, the easier it's going to come for you in game. So quickly identifying where we start folding in these spots. I don't think I'm a drill. I want to do a ton of drilling post flop. We're going to do a shitload of post flop stuff today, but just quickly, this feels like level 1, and you guys have all access to these charts, your own, which are very close. Big blind at 40. We still got to be vigilant here with defending. And one big takeaway is we're not going to be really using these kind of hands as 3-bets or suited ones. It's just going to come from a lot of these. Making sure you're achieving and at least mixing in some 3-bets with your offsuit ace-x, king-x, blockers, queen-x at some frequency. I'm pretty bad at this myself. And I imagine a lot of you guys have a leak where you have 0% or fractional percent of mixing this stuff in as a 3-bet at these stack depths. It's just not enough. So make sure we're at least, and if you're not comfortable with these kind of shifts, you can move it here into the A6. I know Toe likes to do stuff like that, but we must be aware when trip 3s come on the board, we're just not, when it comes 3-3x, we're just not gonna have trip 3s as much, so we shouldn't be betting it as much. But nonetheless, make sure we're achieving these. 42.6, good job. Yeah, you guys are better than some of these guys fucking playing much higher stakes than you guys in this group that are crushing it, and they find themselves overfolding to a c-bet a little bit too much. But very good. Better than me in that spot. I'm overfolding. But yeah, so using this, folding this kind of garbage, pretty easy. Cut off. We get to start folding some queens, and I'm only focusing on hijack, cutoff, and button for now, and just making sure we're going to be 3-betting as the position gets earlier. We're going to be using better blockers and better hands than 3-bet, of course. Slightly
One
better.
thing about the fold in the big blind stat is if they're actually too tight pre-flop, their fold numbers are going to get better post-flop.
Oh yeah, because they show it with a much tighter range and stronger hands.
Yeah.
Yep. At 40, we have no jams from king 7 off or ace 7 off. At 40, no. Right here? Hero, I'm sorry, hero's position versus button. King 7 suited. Here we go. No jams with this shit. A little bit of jamming with ace deuce, but yeah. Then we go down to 30. I mean, you're defending pretty fucking wide. And here, like using these kind of combos, yeah, here it is, beats. Not at 40, at 30. This is what I think you were referring to 30 beats, right?
Yeah, no, in
jams.
GTO Wizard, they have
At 40?
some at 40. Yeah, button versus big blind.
Yeah, it's about the same ones on
You get some king 7
Oh,
off and ace
yeah.
5 off.
They're the same,
Next
aren't they the
to,
same ones we
yeah.
just saw?
But no,
Well,
but Pre-Flop Academy never rips at 40.
Yeah, Preflop Academy
Oh.
has no rips at 40 on those.
Oh, and
It
with
was
these
at
hands.
30. Yeah.
But it had a higher weight for King 7, and
Yeah.
Ace Deuce had a weight, but none of these has a weight.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. I think poker coaching also has those King X jams. King X jams. Holy shit. I don't know. I don't know how much
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about them, but I know
ever-
that they're there.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I'd rather you just 3-bet this shit than jam it. Like,
Yeah, yeah. No, usually I
know.
do. Usually I just
Yeah.
rebet it, but I just knew it was there at 40 in GTO Wizard. So
Yeah, I don't
I-
know about.
I use the GTO wizard charts personally.
I like the Pre-Flop Academy charts.
I can't afford both each month, so
Oh, that's fair.
I think GTO wizard's a better value for me.
No, hell yeah, because you get the post-flop component. But yeah, I have 1 million subscriptions and eventually DTO's coming. And I got that. Somebody sent me some stuff
That was me.
the other day. Yeah. Thank you for that. I just haven't even had, I'm time poor as hell. But
Yeah.
making sure, I just want to make sure from the big blind, a lot of you guys are doing very well from the few sample sizes that I've seen in here. But I'm sure we can still have room for improvement in that spot because we're in it a lot as well. Here at 30 versus cutoff. Still just ripping these pairs. Don't be scared. And then mixing some of this. Never find this kind of stuff. The ace jacks in there, the ace 5. I'm Pepe blind to these jamming these 8s as well. I don't find these like ever. Ace jack suited. And this is versus cutoff, by the way. And then the hijack, since we're going to be seeing most action.
Hey, but the real, so I say one thing, but the real question is, we can't look the absolute stat from Poker Tracker because it doesn't take into account that the tournament progresses and we lose these chip EV costs that we have in these charts. So it changes the actual numbers that they should be in theory.
That's been discussed, but yeah, it's still from a sample size perspective should not be up near 50% folding, no matter what. You understand?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree.
Like no matter what, you can't. We're not from an inflection point of 50 plus the entire tournament, so naturally we get half the tournament playing chip EV, and then a 50% inflection point from there on where we are a bit tighter. But all in all, we should never, ever be folding over 50%, 50%, 49% of hands.
Especially
Versus
online now where
C-bet.
people.
Where everybody just
betting
C-bets
third
range.
pot.
And they go rangers in quarter pot, and then you're just folding. You can't do it. You'll get ran the fuck over in today's game.
Well, and you also
must-
have, yeah,
Go
you
ahead,
also
Deej.
have to remember about 75% of your hands are being played chip EV because you're not in the money at all. So
Well, yeah, I said 50% because we have 50% of the field remaining,
Yeah.
where there's a slight inflection point where our ranges kind of mature and get a little bit tighter. But at the same time, like, yeah, I mean, I just want to look at some chip EV stuff, but we have hours now that I'm actually here, and we're going to get better at poker today. That's all there is to it. So folding offsuit 5s, 4s, 3s, I can see you being a little bit too tight here and people still just overfolding some of these weaker queens and kings, but you should be in there. Like this is printing almost a tenth of a big. Like you got to be in here with this stuff. These are a little bit more marginal. And then we just go to 20 real quick. I think always seeing this. What the fuck? Oh, because that's versus all in. This is versus if they do jam off at 20. This is your calling range up top, 3s plus, a6, and then this is your defending range versus. And you can see here when we're a bit shallower, which feels a little not natural, you get to defend more. You're defending now. You're here with the offsuit jacks in like full frequency practically. 10-5 off, 8-5 off, 7-4 off, 6-4, and I think people get tighter because they have fewer chips, rather than defending a little bit more liberally in this spot where they could just realize some equity and now go broke. So make sure you're not the kind of person that's getting significantly tighter with your defending range when you get down to 20 big blinds or so. In a chip BB-EV situation, you still need to be hyper vigilant about defending and be even slightly wider with calling, because you can just realize equity easier and go broke. So cutoff. The cutoff really has no jams, so we don't have to worry about that. Ace 4, ace 5. Yikes. I might have to screenshot this. I don't jam this ever. Who's finding these jams versus cutoff? Ace 4 and ace 5 every single time. That's really good. Do this a bit. This is good. Yep, still defending pretty good. Go ahead, Tom.
I think against the button and the cutoff, it's good to mix it up like this.
Yeah. Versus the cutoff, this is pretty wicked.
I'm maybe even looser than this on my shove against
Nah.
the button and cutoff.
Not you. I don't
So-
believe it. I don't believe it, said. Nah. You too aggressive.
I see that I shouldn't ace 9 and ace.
Yeah, you don't want to use the ace 9 too much, because that is from the cutoff, some of the bottom of their opening range. So here mixing these 9x. So yeah, we probably don't want to use a 7 or a 6 too often, since these are part of the bottom of their range, right? These 7s and 9s. What's up, Skate? Good to see you, buddy. Cool.
What's up, guys?
How you doing, man?
Good,
to
good.
see.
Good to see you guys. Miss you
I
guys.
kind of want to get right into drilling post flop stuff, so we get enough reps so we can do our research, and then maybe after we take our break, we can get into more ICM work, since I've got many messages from people. I get tons of messages from you guys saying the ICM work is paying off. You guys come to the Twitch and let me know it's helping, so we can do more work in the second half with some ICM work. But doing some flop stuff has to happen today. So we are going to go back to practice. I fuck this up 100% of the time. Drills, right? New flop. Wait a minute. No, not custom. Let me think. $50. Confirm 8. Yep. Single raise pot. I just want to do flop though.
You just want to do flop,
Oh, there it is. It is starting spot. It's on the flop, but I
but
just
you don't
only
do
wanted to
flop, turn, and river from there.
I know. I just wanted to do it the flop though. Let me see.
So,
Then do-
well,
Do custom spot
No.
then.
no,
Game
you
mode
can, no,
street.
you want to just do click spot there,
Where?
right there.
Right
Right
there.
here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go back.
Just the street. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Boards don't matter. We
No,
can't-
actually spot, you can set it up for the C bet. And then go from the C bet on.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
I think you have it set to any villain position. So
Oh,
I
I
don't
see
know
what
if you
you're
wanted.
saying. No,
So
we
go back
want
to
to work
game.
to the box. We want to work against the box, and then GTO opponent, cut off button in hijack, and we don't
That's-
switch.
Yeah,
That looks good, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
We don't want board types right now or anything like that. Maybe we mix it up. Spot. I think this will work. I hate when it asks X, Y, Z. Fuck off. I'm too lazy. Do this.
All right, you're
Now,
not
let's
done
see.
yet.
Why not?
All right,
Let's see if this works. I'm just gonna do one.
but this isn't going to remove any leads from the big blind range.
well, you're in the big blind, so
Yeah, we're only playing from the big blind. I want to see if it gives me a turn or only flop stuff. What the hell? Was it? Dude, that's all it's gonna do?
oh, change it to go to custom spot just to make it easier.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Your
Yeah,
custom
because
spot,
how do I get back to custom
top,
spot?
no, top
Right,
line,
top. Oh, you were there.
you were there. Top line,
Oh yeah, we just have to do it like this. Yeah, we just
And then
have to
just-
do it like this. Button.
Yeah,
Oh,
then,
We'll have to switch
but
the
then you can,
positions
yeah, you
up.
can switch, you'll have to switch it up. You can only do one at a time.
And
Then
then
just
do
click
check-
just click start training.
Not yet.
or-
He's not done yet.
Here.
Go back.
I
No,
wanted to just do
custom
this.
spot. Go back to the custom spot where, all right,
Okay.
go forward and do the check C bet.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Button raise.
Button
call.
raise, call, we check, and then they see bet. Okay, cool. And then we don't want, I want it to be here on them, so we'll start from there.
Okay,
Yep. All right, Beats, get in here and give, why it has us in the wrong spot now? Why doesn't it, can I put ourselves in the button or will it give?
So bad at GTO Wizard.
I use it every game.
That's my
If
point.
you want, yeah, because
Make the
it's gonna,
button see bet.
yeah, cause,
yeah,
well,
if you make the button C bet like just a third,
yeah,
and then our response to it.
Oh, we can't.
Yeah, because
we have to
otherwise
do it like
it's
this?
on, it would start on us.
yeah.
Okay. Yep. This damn program, I use it every single day and it's just. still
Yeah,
bad.
it's sometimes funky.
Mhm. All right, Beats, give me a few of these and then, and we're not gonna make it simple, just what you do with this hand. I want you guys to try to be as quick as you can with talking about what portions of your range you at check raise, because the exercise in these spots isn't just the hand you have. We have to visualize what we're doing with our entire range, and then you start to be able to routinely visualize the correct portions of your range where you need to continue and you need to check raise, and then it becomes second nature in game. Beats, you're not continuing here. But
No, I'm folding this, but I'm gonna continue with all my ace highs,
all of them,
all my fives that
all
I
your
have.
pairs.
Yeah, all my pairs. I'm gonna check raise my king, queen off, king jack, suited king jack off, king tens, and then two pairs, king five, king three.
Yep.
Check raise like 6-4, 7-6.
With the spade, or even without a spade.
Even without a spade.
Okay.
This is a spot where
Maybe
we're check raising our top and bottom two pair.
Bottom two sometimes slow plays, but this is a board that might just check raise.
on this
And then we're
board,
gonna
I'm
look
just
at
gonna on this board, I'm gonna fast play bottom two pair.
Okay.
Because of
I
the
think
flush
it's
draw.
a call. No.
Hell no. You said you think this is a call? You're aggro, my friend. Loose. So let me go here, filters. So all the two pairs are checking.
No,
I
they're
mean, check rate,
c-betting.
no, wait a minute.
Yeah,
No, this a check raising, I should say. Excuse me.
yeah, because you've got the flush possibility.
5-3, king 5, king 3, all want a fast play. All the ace highs, never really folding an ace high. And this can feel a little unnatural with the hand, and I see some of these folds a bit too much. A7 off, even without a spade, people think like, I'm just fucking out of there 100% of the time, right? Looking at database, ace 8 off without a spade. This would be a hand sometimes I overfold in a spot like this if I'm playing too many tables and just like, whatever, you know? But you need to be in here with all your ace highs, never fold to a third pot, right?
Look at the danglers to the fives.
The danglers to the 5? Yeah, we're
Yeah.
mixing some check raise here, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
This is
with,
really good.
with the 4s and the 6s.
Yep. Let me see what our all of our 3x is doing, because this is a lot of our 3x just calling, but the danglers with the 5, 5-3 is two pairs, 6-4 like Beats said. Here it is, Beats 6-7, getting that check raise in there with 6-7.
I'm gonna miss some of those. The
All of the
9-6.
6s, all of the 6s are check raising on certain suits.
When
I'm
you
glad we're
have a
looking at
spade.
this. I'm glad we're looking at this because this 9-6 would not get found. I would not find this.
Yeah, you have to have a spade to do it with, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's doing it naked would be kind of crazy. But yeah, a lot of our, how about just flush draws? Are we flatting flush
Oh.
draws here? Go ahead. What were you saying?
The fours are check raising the backdoor flush draws.
Here we go. So the queen high flush draws in there, just calling. Some of these weaker ones, like the jack high ones, mostly check raising. The pair and flush draws, just call. And then the dog shit ones are just calling as well. So check raising some of these lower ones, your weaker ones, 8, 6, 9, 9 high, 10 high, jack high, then the queen high ones in the pair and the flush draws in there. Looks like some of our deuce X with a high card also just check call. All right, good shit beats. I want it to stop. It feels like it's doing something. I'm not gonna. All right. Still on you, Mr.
With this hand, probably gonna raise it to 5.35
Mhm.
with this particular combo, which I'm gonna do with most of my flushes that have an over to the board.
All your flush draws went over to the board. Are you
Except for
checking raising?
my ace high flush draws, I'm probably just gonna call those.
Okay.
Threes
Most of them.
are probably the same thing, going to like the 5.35
Yeah, I don't
with
think
all
we
my
use
threes.
the size.
Most all my ace highs, I'm just gonna call.
Yep.
King high
With one spade, check raise.
with one spade,
and then
yeah.
over.
And then
Yep.
all my eights, I'm probably gonna call, except for like 8, 7, 8, 6. I might check raise those.
I feel like you had me
8,
until
6,
that.
8, 7 suited, and ace 8 suited is kind of the interesting one, because I think some of those I'm just, or 8 ace 8 8, yeah, ace 8 suited and off, yeah, jam some of those.
Damn, I would be check raising a little bit too much with these. No, we don't want to. So Romano, like the big thing here is when we mostly just use this size. 2.8x seems to be very common, but you do get some larger size here with Jack 10 of spades. It likes the 7 and it mixes it in a bit. Why raise? Because the flush draws, and well, he's c-betting practically range here, right? You can see his c-betting range. Like in real life, this is just practically going to be range, and he's showing up with everything. So we just want to be active. I mean, we're check raising 27%. We're check raising as much as we're calling here. Once again, never folding an ace high. Beats, you were right, man. Some of these middling ones do like to call a little bit more than check raise. I over check raise. Yes, sir.
Could you for the next session, could you make an example for people where you would take the same sim and node lock to betting range by opponent and compare how much the check raising frequency in a node lock sim would
So in a node lock
happen?
sim, I have this discussion with people that want to see node lock stuff. You're intuitively, what do you think happens when somebody gets to bet all the time? Like these are like, some people are obsessed with this node lock stuff. Dude, it feels like when you node lock somebody doing something all the time, the intuitive response would be you never fold and you get to check raise even more.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just when people like, okay, I have this opponent who's over folding in a big blind who's only called it, you bet every time. People over c-bet all the time. What do we get to do? We just
so why it would be interesting is just to visualize the difference and see the ratio, how the solver would construct in such situation.
They would check raise.
That would,
But you can't load knock GTO, node lock GTO
Well,
wizard.
no, he wants me to run it in Pio and then.
no, no,
Yeah.
no, no. I want.
Yeah.
I'm talking
At
about
Pio.
Pio Sims to node lock,
Mhm.
to node lock, and just to because
We have some node lock stuff.
makes it just helps for some other people to
True.
understand more why we are making the decisions. So that's just for the collective growth.
Well,
I mean, as poker players, we can see what happens here when an opponent is betting 75%.
Mhm.
He's betting this much. So if you visualize the entire range as orange, like you check raise all this, you start check raising, partial frequencies probably go ape shit, and you just don't fold with anything that has equity. Ace highs, these partial frequency ace highs would not be folds. You check raise even more of this partial frequency. Beats, what do you think? Like, you've probably seen some no lock stuff. Toe, you've seen no lock stuff. It's just like, whatever I see it, it's like a lot of the partial frequency stuff. If you adjust, just goes ape shit versus
I
no.
think it's logical. I do think it'd be interesting to see like what the percentage differences are, but as Six has said, you can pretty much.
Yeah, that's
assume
what I'm.
If
That's
someone's
what I'm
folding all the
saying.
time,
It's
you should always bet.
it
If
will
someone's
be
betting all the
interesting.
time, you can't fold.
Well-
And then,
Yeah, this distribution, the check raise with fucking
I
shootouts,
also
the
think
call
it's
with
important to
shootouts.
think along those lines too, though. Like, you know, if you see the solver doing this and you know your opponent's never doing this, same thing, right? Like,
Yes.
you know, you can make those assumptions.
Mic check. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me, but I think it's mostly just intuitive. Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, what up,
okay,
Jackson?
and,
Yeah.
I actually heard someone, I don't know who, Phil Galfon or someone, but they say like when you adjust to your opponent's range, like you're playing more GTO than GTO, because like if you were to like node lock a GTO thing, it would spit out a different like output, because it's only computer against computer. It doesn't know like your opponent overfolds or underfolds, but you as a
When you put
human
it
being
in.
in the seat are able to take note of those things and to adjust your range. So you're actually playing more GTO than GTO.
Yes, but I think
That's
you
beautiful.
need to know what the standard to be able to adjust that.
I think it's
That's also
very.
true. That's why it's important to look at this, so you know where
Whoops.
baseline is, so you know when you adjust. Are you adjusting a little bit, or are you adjusting out of the moon, you know, to the moon?
Mhm.
Yeah,
No, I
you
think
just
it's
need to be
Romano,
very
I'll check it.
careful.
okay,
Yeah, I think at the same time, I understand that probably what Sean also wants to say is that you need to be really careful when we're making and watching node lock sims, because then we start to make assumptions that could be not true sometimes, and we could go very wrong with let's say hyper node locking and thinking that we are
So-
gonna get
This is very good you brought this up, and I'll make this quick. I had a very good player who's a live player reach out to me 2-3 days ago and wanted to ask some study techniques because he exclusively node locks versus live players a lot. He uses Pio, but he node locks a lot, right? And he does it versus the population because he knows what they do, and he's got really good at that. But he plays online and gets absolutely destroyed when he plays online. but he crushes it live. Like this guy has won multiple live events. You guys probably, I'm not gonna out him, but he does well enough live, right? But he kind of struggles online, and he asked me why, and I'm like, you got to get away from the node lock stuff and really just start to understand and conceptualize the GTO side of things, because understanding this, you're naturally going to be able to deviate easier to what a node lock sim would look like by being adjusted to this, or being
Aware.
understanding aware, yes, being aware of what are just basic theoretical concepts are. You're aware of this, so the intuition of, okay, right now they're c-betting almost all of the range. How would I adjust if they're betting complete range, right? Bang, you know you're going to be able to just never fold shit and check raise even more. He doesn't have that because he's come from a node lock place, so his game is already out of whack because he did nothing but node locking. He doesn't understand baseline concept theory.
And also,
That's why it's important to get the baseline
Well,
in
yes.
GTO, and
Yeah,
then also just it's a very good to expand your knowledge by node locking, but the node locking cannot be the
Well,
baseline.
It can be, yes,
Now,
correct.
see,
Exactly.
my
Yes.
thoughts on it, most of us who are not high stakes yet, I don't know if node locking is actually going to be good for this group of players, because you have to understand GTO first
Yeah.
before you start understanding how to exploit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just spend
that's
all your
true.
time
I
learning
agree.
this. Yes.
Because you
I
have to
agree.
know what mistakes they are making. And if you don't have enough understanding of GTO, you can't pinpoint their mistakes.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
The other thing about playing a
agree.
GTO strategy is that think of it as a defense. It makes you unexploitable to have a balanced range, right? So even if you're not looking at it as an exploitive strategy, think of it as a way to play defense first.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
in this group, I'm like afraid to. I want you guys are like my babies. I want you guys to fucking crush it. I don't want to see you guys struggle or have bad things or get lost in the game. So I want to spend a lot of time with theory stuff. I don't like going to that no locking stuff and spending too much time there, because if you can
No,
nail
I didn't
down
want
basic.
to. I didn't.
No,
I
I
didn't
know.
want to. Let's not
I know.
let's make it clear. I just wanted it would be interesting to see one spot to
Yeah, for sure.
to make a better understanding for the whole concept,
No.
and to see the ratio how some stuff interacts with. You learn interaction, how interactions change and how they move.
Agreed.
You know, but yeah, let's move on with
Yep, let's play more hands. Let's get better.
Yeah.
Beats, give me 2 more hands. You're folding this.
So I'm folding this. This is kind of a weird spot because of my continuing range. I'm probably folding about half of it,
Yeah.
and then just calling the majority of it, other than like 5-4 suited, 4-3 suited, 6-5, those kind of things. My two
Yep.
pairs, Jack-6, 8-6. Those I'm gonna raise to like, but I'm going bigger to 7.5.
7.5 versus that.
And
yeah.
then like Ace-10 off, Ace-9 off, Ace-9
Your best
suited.
ace-x.
My best
and
aces that I
checkers.
have, which is Ace-10 off and
It's the
Ace-9
nuts.
suited are my best aces.
With the check raising.
And then Queen-10 is kind of a fun one. Queen-10 suited
With a backdoor
with
mixes.
spades and hearts
Yep.
and diamonds. I'm gonna raise those, but there's just folding so much of this board.
Look how good this kid is at poker. Ace-9, Ace-10, Ace-9. These are your best. You don't have, you check raise the best top portion of your range. And since it's so infrequent on ace-high board, you need to use the bigger size. You don't use the 5. Since we're not check raising frequently, we need to go 7 and all the shit with the danglers. Right here. Using this shit as well. Jack-6, 6-5. And then this is the 6-5 to 6-4. I missed these by a country mile and just end up calling too much. But yeah, you're in there check raising with the diamond, even without a diamond a lot as well.
Because there's anything above a 6 is a bad card that comes. So
Yeah.
it kind of clear up a little bit of equity with those. And then if you get that wheel draw come in, it only helps.
Yep.
And ace-high boards are usually the exception to where it's okay to overfold.
Yeah, we meet.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You overfold MDF on ace high boards.
Yeah, look at that, 50%.
Yeah, 50%. You always are going to overfold ace high, overfold MDF on ace high boards. Go back there, keep it going. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, on a pair board, high cards. Do we still use
Board,
this?
high cards. This one.
Just give me one hand class. What are you doing with your flush draws and your ace highs?
Ace highs, I'm pretty much calling my ace 6s and better.
Okay.
Under an ace 6, if I've got the spade, I'm probably just calling my offsuit ace combos.
Yeah. Like
ace 5, ace 4, ace 3, ace deuce, I'm just calling. Of course, all my jacks I'm gonna I'm gonna bet. I'm actually gonna bet or raise to like the 5.3 with all my jacks,
Okay.
and then all my suited, all my like flush draws 5.3 with another high fold board. I think.
Yep.
Yeah, this is kind of a
Mixing
flip.
here.
Yeah.
Man, I would check raise this almost every time. Let me see what's going on. How did he do? These are mixing folds and using these check raises. Woo wee!
Yeah, with the eight, with
I see it all the time. with
mainly the
dangler
ace of spades, but yeah.
And the nut walker.
I need to spend more time there. The boat not check raising, mixing with Jack 10, Jack 9. Check raising a lot of these, and then your flush draws just mostly like we go here to.
I have a question. So the purpose of check raising is because you're check raising your semi bluffs and your best hands as well, like your nuts and your, you know, your draws and your good hands. I guess you're mixing.
It's because the button's opening wide and c-betting range is part of a big function of that.
Here we go.
Okay.
Button c-bet range. Is it going to be all of it? Damn near. And then you could even make the argument that this is another spot in real life where people are just c-betting range. A lot of people probably just c-bet range here.
I mean, everything is mixed on that for their strategy, so you can just figure that everybody's c-betting range.
Yep, nobody's going to take the work to decide what they. So they're going to just c-bet small for range, and then this makes this stuff even better. Check
Those
raising
raises
shit
are
with
with
spade.
blockers too. Those are
Yep.
spade blockers that you're raising those off.
Every one of these spades. Yep. And how about
spades,
these
aces,
other
spades,
jacks?
kings. Yeah.
What does ever excuse me, does the button ever check a flop as a pre-flop aggressor? Do they ever like check?
What do you mean ever?
Flops for sure.
I mean, 10% he had checks.
5,
Oh, you
6,
mean
7.
on this flop?
It's about
Or you mean
20
of all time?
The
No,
button,
yeah.
the button
in
checks
in
back
general.
10%.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to check
Yeah.
back. In this board, I'm
20%.
telling you from experience, they're going to check back in real life fucking 10% of the time or something like, or if they're a weird bad player at the low stakes, they may check back too much. But
Yeah.
in the stakes that I'm
Yeah.
playing 55 plus, some 200s, 300s, they're not checking ever on this board unless they literally flop the boat or something. The check, I'm more scared of the check than I am
Right.
the c-bet.
But you get those
Actually-
boards that are like
And the reality is
3,
the
4,
most
5,
the
4, 5, 6.
yeah,
that,
like-
like you have none of it in your range, then you start to check those things.
yeah, like this particular board, the most checked backhand from them should be tens, but people aren't finding that. They're over c
No,
they're
they're just
over
gonna bet
c-betting
small.
tens.
Yeah, for protection.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one hand in there. There's like
Yeah.
Well,
the
yeah.
entirety of their range. You're just
Yeah, it's just tens are like the highest, should be their highest check
Nines and
backhand, nines and
Yeah.
tens. But people
Eights.
are scared, and so they're betting those.
Yep, and then there is a situation where if they're only checking and I was like, okay, he has some kind of ace high, or he has nines, sevens, eights, nines, tens, or something like that. And then in the higher stage, you can kind of feel like, oh, he's checking the board, he should be betting a lot. It's probably fucking tens or nines or something, right?
Yeah,
They,
yeah,
they probably overfold to the check raise too. I
yeah.
hate my life when you get check raised by the big blind and you're on the button there because you see bet range and then you're like, he's check raising me. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
probably overfold to that too. Right?
Yep. Cool. So we're just keep plugging away, and you guys can understand and see what our ranges are in this spot. And beats last one, and then I'm gonna call on
Last
somebody else.
one. Oh, this is another kind of fun one because of that
Uh-huh.
5.
Come on, wizard man.
I mean, I'm
They've
just
been crushing it.
pure calling this. I'm calling all my tens except for my 2 pairs. And then I'm just calling almost everything except for
King, queen,
like
king, jack,
king,
top of your
queen with
range.
king, queen, king, jack, king, jack suited, king 10 suited, king
Nut flush
nine.
draws. Are you check raising
Well-
any nut flush draw?
No,
Okay.
I mean
Yeah.
maybe ace 4, ace 3, ace deuce, but that's about it.
The fuck? You expect to see that. All right, let's see how I did. No,
ones I
ace
don't think
4,
you-
ace 3, ace deuce. Look at him go.
They raise you
And
at the
it's-
backwards.
They're mostly raising as
Yeah.
well. So these Your nut flush draw will return a wheel and like you can just
Too
go
bad we're
broke
straight.
with. And then here we go. King, queen, king, jack. Whatever your best top pair you would call in a big blind. Nice little takeaway here is if you're in a big blind with one of your best top pair kickers that you're going to have, you're mostly going to be check raising that.
Yeah.
It'll be very common to find that. And then since you're going to be using ace four, ace three, you're also going to be mixing in these as well. And what are the damn, you're check raising like fucking 60% of the time.
Card matching, right? That's a card
Yep.
matching theory.
Yeah. Ooh, I
Mhm.
miss these like a
If you're gonna
son
do
of a
the
bitch.
flushes, you're gonna do it with the flush blockers as well.
Yeah, but only when you've got that like under the bottom card.
Oh my lord, look at this stuff, dude. This makes me feel bad about the game because
Yeah, that queen four, those queen high ones, I'd miss
Yeah.
those with the spade.
yeah, king five check raising a lot. And then overall percentage, we're calling a shitload and check raising a whole lot, but here we are.
Most
Flush
of that's
draw.
your shitty
Flush
flushes,
draws.
yeah.
Yep.
It's
3,
your
4
suited
flush.
stuff. You got so many of them, yeah.
You're king.
Yep. And your weaker kings mostly just calling. These are two pair.
Yeah, with top keeper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your
weaker
weaker kickers. How much is this?
Yeah.
Beats, you said you weren't raising two pair though. Your 10-5 is raising, right?
No, I said
You said two
I
pair.
was raising my
Everything
two
but
pair.
that. Everything but okay, yeah.
Yeah, I said I was calling most everything except for my two
Up to
pair,
two pair. So
my
the king
best
5 and
kings
10-5.
and my
right, yeah.
flush draws, except for the better flush draws.
Cool. Thank you, Beats.
Yep.
That was awesome, man. You crushed it, buddy. Good job. Let me see. Who do we have? Albatross. You want to get in here, buddy? If you're around, you're more than welcome. Is he here? 5.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
there he is.
here. I haven't been in the session for a while, so I am just leading in, but I will get tortured here. So go ahead and
Dude, I'm here to torture you. You
Yeah,
showed up to
so-
get tortured.
so back to here, probably raising all my two pairs, my 10-5, my 10 deuces, my 5 deuces, my flush draws.
Calling most of raising most of the flush draws. Ace highs.
Raising my best 10x's that I have in my range, probably
Ace 10 off,
calling
king
like
10.
king 10, all my best ones, 10-4, 10-3.
Okay.
Suited, I would probably just call those unless they have spades, which they wouldn't because that'd be impossible. And if I do raise, since it's not ace high board, I'm probably just going to the 5.35 for the most part.
Okay. So we're gonna fold this, of course, and then let's
Yeah.
see how you did. Damn, we're even getting in there almost all the time with like Jack 10. Oof. 9, 10.
10
Not
high boards hit us hard, yeah.
yeah, like we're not folding much here. Look how little we're folding.
And most that
36%.
most that king 3 off is with the spade, correct? The king of spades.
The king 3.
Yeah,
correct.
those are all
Yeah.
king
Oh,
of spades,
king of spades.
queen of spades, jack of spades.
Damn,
Now
man, I'm
since-
missing these offsuit
Now,
3 to
since there's a
straight, 3
2
to
of
flush.
spades out here, are we just raising everything lower than the 5 at this point?
With the under and 3 to a straight and through to a flush.
Your
yes.
wheels, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
3 to a straight, 3 to a flush, and an over. 3 to a straight, 3 to a flush, and an over. And it doesn't have to just be the strong flush draw. It's any 3 to a straight, 3 to a flush, where we
Yeah.
get to turn equity. And this is something I think in review with other students, and I see a lot of hand histories. This kind of stuff is just never gets done.
No, it does. I tell you, I miss it. I probably fold this way more often than I should, but I can
Like,
see. But the
yeah.
queen 4, the queen 3, the king 4, it's all the queen of spades, king of spades.
Correct. And then we have 3 to a straight and that 3 to a flush with an over.
It which
Then we
could
can-
prove on the turn, depending on what the turn card is.
Yep, we turn equity and we continue. We turn a straight draw. It comes 3. You keep
Yeah.
barreling. You know, you have the over. You turn the flush draw. Probably use another small bet or something. You know, so this is very good. And we're gonna see more of this. And I want us to just burn this in our brains because we're defending. You need to be defending here with king 3, king 4, and stuff like this. And if you just check fold it or check call it, we're just torching it.
Well, I think check calling is like the worst option. I mean, I would rather fold than check call. I'd rather raise it, Maybe give him a
Well-
fold, some of his floats out and just steal the pot at that point.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, check raising's better, but continuing is still, if you do just call, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
As long
that-
as we don't give up, you don't call to lose this equity.
Well, I watched the session. I can't remember who it was. It was talking about the whole check call philosophy. And, you know, you check call, then you fold, as opposed to if you check raise, you show some aggression and you give him to fold some of those floats that he has and you still pot that maybe you shouldn't win.
Yep.
So,
And then we must think in today's game, what's happening is a lot of players are getting better. Everybody knows the C-bet, right? Everybody's C-bet game, but people's defending game versus the C-bet still isn't where it needs to be. And people certainly don't have their check raise frequencies in order. People still aren't check raising enough as a whole. So if you can get ahead of the curve here, you're gonna do very well. So make sure we're using the appropriate combos: 3 to a straight, 3 to a flush, and over, 2 pair, flush draw, best top pair, never fold ace highs. So we're gonna just drill that into our heads today. Still on you, my man, Alba.
okay,
Holding
probably check raising this combo.
Hey, 3 to a straight, 3 to a flush.
Yeah, 3 straight to a flush, probably check
Hey.
raising, check raising all my 2 pairs, my 9 deuce, which is probably limited 9 deuce, jack 9, probably raising my best jacks here for the most part.
How about some of the unintuitive stuff? What are you doing with your queen high? What are you doing with queen 4, queen 5, or king 8? That region, you know, the king 8 with the backdoor flush draw, the queen high with the backdoor flush draw. Are you? Everybody's folding this. Ooh, he says fold. Kep and Jeremy folding this, but you're check raising this, correct?
Yes, because once again, he has a lot of floats there that I want to put some pressure on.
Okay. This is interesting. So we're seeing a lot of folds. Molten's
But like I
folding as
said,
well.
never folding any of my pairs, obviously not folding deuces, 9s, or jacks.
Yeah, 3 to a straight and 3 to a flush. We have way better combos.
No
It hates
over.
this.
Yeah.
No over. We need an over as well. But we
Yeah.
have 3 to a straight, 3 to a flush. Aggressive mistakes. Let's see. They were dead down here, just dead.
Yeah, not call. You can't do any of that. 'cause
Dead.
Not enough equity.
But you know what's funny? Like some of the 10 high ones, a little bit better, mix it up a little bit more, but it's the EV is still just dusty. These are
Yeah.
0 EV check raises,
The
right?
10s might be a little nicer because it's like, it blocks some jack 10 and 10-9, and it's also like a bit more connected.
Well,
Very
at 10,
good.
at 10
Yeah.
you get a good turn card too. You got that.
Yeah,
straight draw.
8, queen, 7. But yeah. How you doing, Cap? Good to see you, buddy.
Good, man. I forgot about the session I was playing.
Yeah, you're always grinding. Love to see
I was
it.
deep in a 1650 and I forgot all about it.
Nice.
Raising your 9 deuce suited. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the kind of region I was asking about. Like in here, like these are top pairs. Your queen 8, right? When you have queen 8 in this spot, queen 8 with the spade, with both. If 6 is binks one more time, I'll go play circuit. A blinks. Go play live. 9 deuce. So yeah, this region here, I find this to be underutilized. Very underutilized region here. With the over, the backdoor flush draw, and the dangler.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'm finding enough of this. I don't think Justin's really good at this, but
Probably just beats.
yeah, beats.
I
I
know.
Yeah, this is hard to find, bro. Like, this is very. Justin talks about this in one of his videos and using these kind of danglers. He has a video series on check raising with this kind of stuff. Using it over, unblocking the middling portion that just folds out. Being able to turn a lot of equity with the low card or backdoor flush draw and the over. So yeah, this region very under, and you'll see this stuff a lot. So
Yeah,
make sure
You're
No.
7-8 off. Yeah, all your connect.
And that's the same
Danglers.
principle. It's 3.
Yeah, same.
sorry,
Yeah, same principle. Yeah.
3 to a straight, over, and flush draw, backdoor flush. So
Yep.
Yeah, it's like I get the concept, but I miss those a lot.
me too, man. So it's good to see this. And we're gonna make sure anytime we see these kind of boards where we have these low wheels with an over, we're going to make sure we identify these, call these out, and start doing this ourselves. So outside of that, some of your ace highs in this spot do start to fold because the connectivity is pretty damn bad with the offsuit as well. Ace 5 in there, but the EV is probably dusty. Yeah, it's 0.2. It's
Never
just
calling that.
Never me either, man. It just feels I'm going to call and check fold. If they check the turn, maybe I get to turn my hand into a bluff, but
Why do we check raise those? They unblock the straight draws from villain, I guess. Sort of
right
thing.
here, this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get to forward out a lot of their middling portion of their range under pairs and shit we have unblocked. We have an over, we get to turn a backdoor straight draw, a backdoor flush draw, and we have an over as well. So yeah, and it's unblocking a lot of their range that would just fold out. Let's look at the button C betting range in this spot.
Pure almost.
Dude, you just like, this is another iteration where it's practically 100% and we cannot get ran over. And we just would get so many folds like here, you know? But yeah, seeing hands like Jack 7, Jack 6, and all these with the backdoor flush draw, I probably don't check raise these enough myself. And these are very seldomly calling, like they're just practically just almost check raising. And I think it's a function of them needing some protection as well versus that range. So when an overcard comes, we're not too happy about that. And we don't want them to realize equity. So
Yeah, the lower the top card, the more top pairs we raise.
Alba, give me one more, my friend. You're gonna fold this.
Yeah, gonna fold that. Probably raising all my best queen X. I still have my range. Raising all my 2 pairs. Probably
Are you raising every straight draw. Like, let me give you the rundown. Are you raising all your open-ended straight draws, all your gut shots? Are you raising like all your Jack 10, King 10, Jack 8 with a backdoor flush draw, 6, 8, all that region? What are you doing?
I tend to be over aggressive and tend to raise a lot of those straight draws.
Okay.
I know sometimes it'll get me in trouble because I get check raised. I'm in a 6 spot because all I have is a open-ended straight draw. That's all I have. I don't have any I don't have like a high cards in my hand that help at all.
So,
but is this another board where we're raising like the ace 3 suited, ace 4, or ace? Wait, not ace 3 suited because that has less dynamic. Maybe ace 8 suited, ace 6 suited.
I was just about to ask you.
Ace
is this still going to use the
suited.
dangler properties? Like, is it still going to use ace 3, ace 4, and all those? Like, the
I think
unblockers
ace
with the
3 and
danglers?
ace 4 would be less because you have less draws to go with ace 4. Ace 8, you have more draws.
Yep, ace 6, ace 8,
ace 10.
Yeah.
Are probably better check raises than ace 3, ace 4.
I think some of those might be calls as well. So let's see.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about this specific board textures. Go ahead.
I think it doesn't like check raising so much here because actually the queen and 9 is really good for the button. So it's a bit different. So I think it does check raise, but it doesn't check raise so much.
Yeah,
Hey, we still got a little bit of this as well, but no, not so much here anymore.
But raising your best queens.
Yep. We still raising
I
king,
have-
queen, queen, jack,
And all
stuff
your
like
2
that.
pairs, pretty much.
Here you go. You said you were raised
I have
most
a
of your straight
shocking.
draws.
I have a shocking story.
That's 2 pairs.
Just
8, 6.
some time ago, I just saw a shock for myself when I saw in Pio that 10-9-3 can be almost betting range by the button, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
and then I realized that 10-9, they are just so good because you have all the offset combos that even though it's usually we're thinking that okay, these middling cards usually good for the big blind, but no, for the button it's very good. So button is almost betting range. 10-9, 10-9-3.
But looking at your board there, Sixes, it looks like ace 8 suits more of a call, whereas all your 6 suits are more of your check raises.
Yep. Yeah, the 6 is the lower shit that doesn't have like 8, 6. You're Jack 10, so I think we'd be overdoing it on this board a little bit. And this is very interesting, man. I don't think we see people play like this. Ain't no way. I've never seen this. I don't. When I get in this spot on this board, and opponents don't play like this. Just overbets. I love it.
But the nice thing is if
never s-
you have an opponent that is playing like this and they bet small like this, it narrows their range so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got away from check raising as much as I used to because I started getting in trouble, but at the lower ranges, check raising is so effective.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But higher
Especially if we can-
levels, they're a little bit obviously better players, so they're gonna stick around a little bit more.
Yeah, they're gonna call the check raise and keep you honest and see what you do on turn. So your turn
Yeah.
strategies and those, we
Yeah.
need to still be very fluent on turns.
I know we're doing defending here, but why does this board have all those overbets?
Why does this board have
Very
overbets?
dynamic.
It's pretty dynamic.
Yeah.
Equities are gonna shift. Think about the number of cards that come on a turn where equities shift, where somebody has a straight,
Yeah, anything above the 5.
a
Anything
10,
5 or higher.
a
changes the
jack,
board.
a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, a 10, a jack. That is pretty nasty.
A
The
nine,
number- a king.
a nine would not be good.
I mean,
for
that-
a pair.
Yeah, 9 wouldn't be good for top pair. A king makes jack 10, an 8, a 6, a 5, a jack. Like this board, equities are just gonna shift dramatically on a lot of turns.
And
One
what
of
all
the
the calls with
ways-
aces, an ace is not good either.
One
No.
of the ways I like to explain it to is also that it's not only, don't think about only about the equity shift, but think about, imagine you're having ace queen here. And now when a
Got it,
6
Bob.
comes, right now you see you have a very good hand. But now the 6 comes on turn, you can't put anything more in. You want
Nope.
to, you have it, you like your hand, you want to get more money in, and you can't later do it. And so to defend against
Put it
that,
in.
you want to bet money more in right now.
Correct.
I think it being a rainbow flop drives their bet size up too, because you don't want to just give them a fantastic price to peel their backdoor flushes. I think that's part. It might be different on a two-tone. It might not have as many big sizes. I'm not really sure. Would have been cool to look at.
Yeah. We'll see more of those spots. We're gonna do this for a bit longer. I have at least 35 minutes of this before we take a break and go for the second half of the session. But yeah, let me see. Thank you, Alba, for the hands, man. Very
Oh,
good.
no, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the feedback. It's nice to get a little bit
See?
higher level deep dig
Look-
like this.
You did well, man. You didn't do that bad. You were kind of concerned and you felt like it was torture, but you actually did a very good job. And yeah, good job, man.
Thank you.
Let me see. Jeremy Pucks. I heard that mic. I heard
Yep.
your mic. Get in here,
I'm-
sir. All right. So obviously you're probably just folding this without a spade, but give me a rundown of maybe how you would structure your check raising range here, and then we're gonna see how you did.
So I think most of the lower flush draws, especially with like 10x flush draws, Jack X, Queen X,
Okay.
with check raise. I think Ace of Spades offsuit with the wheel draw with check raise. Some of the middling like 6-7 gut shots, 8-7. I think you're calling all your ace highs, calling all your pairs, check raising your best nine.
So what percentage do you think overall we would check raise in this spot?
I bet this board it's like 25.
Okay. I was gonna, okay. Did somebody else have something they were trying to add there? I thought I heard.
I think he missed all his wheels. His
Yeah, I
king-
think
ace high,
there's-
king high, queen high, jack high wheels.
I think there's wheel, card check raises here too.
Even 10 high wheels, he actually might go.
Yeah, he didn't go through it all. Like, I don't.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard off the
Yeah,
top
it
of your
is.
head to just spout off combos, right?
Yeah, it really is. Like,
Yeah,
you're
ace
trying to
two, ace
visualize.
four.
So right now we are at like 20%. So we're a little bit more aggressive. This range, your king 4, ace deuce, king deuce with the flush draws getting it in. They can also call a little bit. So you guys were talking about this region, referencing this region down here. King 4 with the spade,
No, yeah, I was talking about ace four, ace two, king four, king two.
ace deuce with the spade. Yep. Ace 4 with the spade, the ace of spades specifically getting in there. So you got the ace of spades in your hand with the will draw. or the king of spades in your hand with the will draw, it's check raising, and it's also preferring to use the larger size here as well. Ace six is another one. I think I would just giga miss. Like queen six. I'm bad at the game. I would miss this queen six check raise every time.
I think it's interesting that the ace four suited doesn't raise at all.
Too good.
Yeah, I would never, like, I'm always just raising that.
Cap,
like-
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would just be happy as hell to check raise go broke. Like,
Yeah.
but we check raise, we break, and then like, okay, but I'd still be happy trying to get all the money in with ace four of spades. Ace six of spades. So these nut flush draws are just too damn good. Ace 10 just flatting, ace 8 with a single spades in there. Anything else in this range kind of surprising. Some of these jack high, jack 8 and stuff like that. It is 3 to a straight. Guess we get to turn through to a 3 to a flush, I should say. And we turn 3 to a straight a lot. But these partial frequency 10-7s with the spade and stuff like that. Man.
7-5 surprises me. 7-5, 6-5, 5-4.
Well, these are just calling.
They're got raises in them though. Like the 5-4. Like I'm not doing that.
It's 10%, 2%, 10%. 6-4 is a good one. And it doesn't always need a spade, but it obviously prefers it. 5-3 is 2 pair. So cool. Just trying to get all of our
I'm
nines.
surprised that any ace suit of spade and earth doesn't raise
Dude,
check raise on this.
I would be ready to die with this hand. You know what I'm saying? Like ace four of spades, I'm ready.
I
ready
told
for
you with the ace X spade on this, it's a 100% check raise.
100% check raise.
You're just too good though to check raise it. You have
It's
way
so
too
high.
much
Too many
equity.
Yeah. And he's just gonna fold.
You do get some better aces to fold though, when you're bluffing your bottom aces. So that's why it's a little
Yeah,
unintuitive to
but
me.
do you want any of them to
Yeah,
fold?
that's the only upside though.
Yeah, if they fold, I'm happy. I'm not gonna always make my flusher straight, right?
That's the only upside compared to the whole range, right?
Right.
All right, Jeremy, just give me what you're going to do with your flush draws. Are you check raising all your jack X and then your ace highs?
So flush draws, I think you're check raising some of your worst ones, the ones around the 4, like 5-6. Check raising queen X, king X with the over.
Okay.
And the back door, like some of those like queen deuce, king deuce, ace deuce with the spade, ace of spade, high spade card. I think you got to call your ace highs on this board.
Okay.
I think jack X, I think you check raise your best jack X, which I'm guessing in this range is like king jack, queen jack, and then like jack 5, jack 3 suited, like around the 4. Maybe a couple of those check raise too.
Nice. Let's see how you did. So right away, this region's back in play. King 3 suited. This is the stuff down here I wanted to see. So 3 to a straight, 3 to a flush, 1 over, and just a single spade with the ace, king, or queen in there.
Also with the 5.
Yeah, and the 5. King 3, 8. So yeah, man. This is the region that I hope when you leave today's session, you're in game in these spots. You have the over, a dangler, 3 to a flush, 3 to a straight. You're going to start check raising that after today. This is it.
I'm actually surprised that the jacks are checking so often too.
The jacks just check calling.
Yeah,
Yeah, I honestly, I'm not going to lie to
I
you.
thought the
I check
c-bet,
raise
I
a
thought the
lot
check
here.
raise would be higher with the jacks.
I think that since we're check
It
raising
is.
so much, we just add too many combos by starting to check raise every offsuit check X
Good
combo.
And
That's
the
why.
board-
That's
The
why.
board's super dry too. Like if it was a rainbow, your jacks might get in, but there more. If it was like
You're still in
jack
there a decent
7-7.
amount. It's not like
Here's
we're not
top
check
pair.
raising.
Yeah, only king jack really. I mean, queen jack is happy as hell, even with the spade to call. Jack 10, mixing a little bit more raise here with the jack 10. It's about 50-50 in a lot of situations. But yeah, man, a lot of these lower ones kind of like preferring, and I might be over check raising some of this stuff versus small bet.
And
The
it
lower
also
ones as well.
it
They can afford
also
clubs.
Yeah.
it also helps to balance that if you start check raising all the jacks, then suddenly every time you don't check raise, you don't have a jack. But now if you keep these offsuit combos also in your range that you check call, you still have jacks in your calling
Oh, yeah.
range.
Can you make it a rainbow and see if it brings up the jacks raising more?
There you go. Yep, there are
Cause no,
much
there's more
more.
draw. You got more draws
Significantly
now.
more.
Cause you have more
lose all
draws.
the backdoors with the king deuce, queen deuce off.
We lose all those because we lose. The thing is, we just lose our bluffs with the king. Yeah, that's a good point. We lose all these kind of little bluffs, and we just use our top pair more now.
Right.
The
That's
three
cool.
to a straight, three to a flush type shit is back in there. Queen deuce and over. The over with
That's
the
pretty
backdoor
cool.
flush draw. It is. It's super
To
cool.
see it that way.
Yeah, good call on that, Cap. Yeah, I think that's a good distinction to make there. Very good. And give me one more, Jeremy. Then we'll call on somebody else. I think this drill is kind of helping me visualize a lot of
Definitely.
spots that I was missing. Tons of spots where I'm missing in this spot. Second pair on a disgusting ass board. You call it here. Let's talk about
This
the
we
hand
call,
first.
yeah, this we flat. Oof, this board is we're at a severe range disadvantage. I don't think we do a lot of check raising, but I think we check raise big. I think we polarize it.
Okay.
So check raising straight, check raising combo draws, flush draw like with a 10, and with I guess we have some with an ace. I think I don't know if we have any king X we would check raise here because ace king we're not isn't in our range. King queen is two pair. I mean, I guess king 10 we have check raise top pair plus a draw. Check raise maybe some king X with hearts.
I don't think so. I think I might want to call those, but I'm kind of curious. These boards that are pretty locked down and much better for the button, where we're at a pretty terrible range disadvantage. Let's see what our check raising range here is.
The one other thing I throw in is like ace deuce, ace three of hearts.
Ace deuce and ace three of hearts, king jack,
King jack, queen jack will raise, I think.
He was raised. He said his combo draws, his two pair, and then the nutty shit.
I think king queen will
Before
probably
we
check
look,
back.
before we look, are
Oh, I'm
some of our
sorry.
jacks folding? Do we get
My
them?
bad. Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell
Well,
yeah,
some-
like
Yep. The ones
Jack
that
eight
unblock
without
their
a
eight
spade.
X.
Yeah. What else? Any other? Oh my God, Jack eight. is
King
just
jack and queen jack
dust.
don't even raise.
Yeah, most times in the big blind, you're not folding third pair, but this board was ugly.
Guys, look at this. I mean, king jack is just king jack and queen jack are just not raising.
You know, it's weird. Like I'm never raising king queen here, but I'm always raising queen jack and king jack, but it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Supposed to raise top
you're
two
raising this.
for some reason.
Ace
Oh, so
three
you were
off with
asking
the
about
spade, though.
this. Here we go, Jeremy. Pucks.
Yep, the combo draws.
Kings and the combo draw. So even if you don't have a spade, it's mixing a little bit more without a spade, and it's pure with like king 10 with the spade, though, practically. Like it's achieving over 70, almost 80% when you have a spade, and when you don't, it's a little bit more indifferent, and you can call or check raise, whatever you like. King 9 is just the one.
Go to
It
those
starts
10X.
to be more like a
I'd miss
cash
king
game in
9
here.
for sure.
So our 10s with the flush draw, good enough to just check raise, go broke. This is the nuts. I'd almost just call 9 10 of spades. So good. And then 9s. Okay, cool. This board, we are not out of line at all. But here you are, the ace deuce.
Combo draw.
Yeah. The ace of spade, yeah, backdoor flush draw and the gut shot straight draw seems to work out well. Ace 9 is another one. But yeah.
Also, I'd note we're
Someone
using
asked-
the bigger check raise.
Yeah, it's
Someone
going this
asked-
big. I'm
Someone
sorry.
someone asked from the chat, why do we re-raise king 10 and king 9 there and
Blocking
not
their
like
flop
the other one?
straights. Blocking 9 10 and ace 10 and 9 10 the straight, right? We're blocking them being able to just have flop the fucking joint on us with 9-10 or ace-10. And then we get to keep in some worse. And it's like, I guess it wants to just slow play a little bit on future streets. But I imagine we want to use the 10 and 9 a little bit more, so we're not just stone dead.
And also on boards where we're checking a lot, like this board, calling, you want to protect the calling range too with these strong.
Some very stronger hands. Yeah, yeah. And you'll get opponents that might just 1, 2, 3 it off as stone bluffs when we just call thinking we're just drawing as well. So it's nice to have some very strong 2-pair and stuff in this spot when it does run out pretty clean. And you got to think, if your opponent, you check raise here with some of these combos, and if they have the 10x and something, they're just going to realize their equity in position and never fold to you, right? So
How often are we raising those crappy flush draws, like the 8-5s of the world, 7-3, all that? Is that just slivers? Okay.
slivers, yeah, 10%, 10%, 10%. This is like 20%, you know. This one's 50, 6-5 is 50%, like 40%.
So maybe if you just raise your worst absolute bottom of range, 5 or 6 of those combos.
I mean, are you going to
good.
perform that poorly by just calling like these? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, the
Yeah,
EV
okay.
is, I'd probably just flat like a lot of these in this spot on this board. You check
no
raise
need
a
to
flush
worry
draw and
about-
then get shit on, and then he comes back over the top. You kind of feel bad. Like, you
I think-
can't.
Yeah.
So raising some of them might be good because they're probably gonna start folding all their pocket pairs that aren't like they can't make a straight, like pocket
Correct.
7s or something will probably start folding.
Well,
right?
you go, they're gonna have like ace-5, ace-8, ace-7 and stuff like that to
Right.
just raise C-bets, you know.
I think exploitatively, I would choose opponents who open button wider than the theory is, and it's better to check raise to use this strategy against these guys, and
Yep.
usually just call.
Agreed. Peter, slippery rod. Peter, you want to get in here and do a few?
Sure.
Let's do it, my man. So this will be a fun one. It's a dry ass board. I'm assuming we get to do all kind of exotic fun stuff. You don't have to run it down, but you can kind of give me a quick gist of how you are approaching your check raising range or your continuing range here. And then we'll run it and look at it.
So you're definitely going to check raise with your best 7s here.
Yeah.
You're going to have a fair amount of straight connection here that is going to allow you to check raise hands like 6-3, 8-5, ace-3. So there's going to be a heavy variety of backdoor flush ones to choose from.
Right.
So I don't think it's going to pick the ace high ones as often because those are going to have a little bit more showdown here. And it's going to choose more of the ones in the middle.
Let's see.
I think
It
this is a board where we might have some leading on too. I wonder how that affects.
A little bit. I mean, 6%. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Here you go. It is still using that ace high variety quite a bit, like ace-5, ace-4, and ace-3 with the backdoor flush draws. Still pretty heavy. Check raising. Here we go. And then, man, we get to go crazy, it feels like here. Like 25% check raising.
Yeah,
we got to be much better at this, guys. Like all the
This is a
sevens.
board that's much better for us than
Oh yeah.
the button.
Yeah, you look at the 6-5, the 8-6, those were almost pure compared to the ace-3 and the ace-6 and stuff. Right? Those ones just want to have a lot of more check calls.
Mm-hmm.
Boards
It's
like
just
this
getting
are
there, but
so fun to play on.
Yep, ace-4, half the time. I mean, I would probably just be calling here a little bit too much and not mixing with second pair in and over. But I like it ace-deuce, ace-3. And then with these, you just want to have 2 of the suits on the board if you do want to check raise a bit, but it is mostly calling.
Yep.
This board is so good for us that why our check raising size is now the big size. Yes. Damn, yeah, that's a good call. We're just using the big size as well, Larry. Yep.
Yeah,
Because
because
our 7s need so much protection. So our bluffs have to match our value size. And our 7s are super vulnerable, so they have to go big. So we have to generate the fold equity with our check raise with the straight draws.
Very well said.
Yeah.
Were you
'cause
saying something
there's-
as well, Beats?
Oh, I was saying there's a couple things that factor there. One, because like he's just saying it's a 7-high board, so there's a lot of turn cards that are bad. But then the other part of it is we're constructing our range basically a third fold, third call, third raise.
Uh-huh.
So we're doing less than 50% raising, so we're gonna go bigger usually.
I think one of the properties also is that it is a good board for us because the button opens with all the offsuit 8s, and he doesn't have the offsuit 7s, but we do, and we have just so many 7x combos and all the 4-2s that he's just crushed, and that's why it's a good board for us and not them.
King
Yeah,
3.
we don't have 4-2, but yeah, it's just a good board for us. It's really, they don't connect well with it at all. 4-2 off, we don't have.
No, hell no, right. Okay. Yeah, this is a good one, man. These kind of boards, be hyper vigilant about your straight draws, your gut shots. You can go pretty ham on this board. It's 8-6, all your 7s, 9-6 with the backdoor flush draw. Hearts, spades. Yeah, man. Damn, 10-5 and over 3-door straight, 3-door flush. Like, look at all of our 5x with an over in a backdoor flush draw. So this is pretty
Could
sweet.
you show the button? Could you show the button strategy here
Sure.
also? The 7x probably raises.
I
pretty
promise you, I promise. There ain't a damn soul in any of your games gonna play like this. Not a shot.
Big. I do.
Not, but you're not
I
in my
use the
games.
overbets here.
This ain't it. Your population doesn't study this spot like this, and you're gonna see literally this 30%. You're gonna see only this.
I got big bets,
It's
but
very
no
good to
overbets.
see. It's also very good to see where the bluffs come from. So can you put the overbet? Yeah. So where the bluffs come from? So the bluffs come from the over cards. Yeah.
The same qualities that would, yeah, the overs, if we have pocket 8s and stuff, pocket 8s, pocket 9s, pocket 10. So anything with the same properties that we're going to use as an overbet, we're going to also mix with our bluffs if we have the same 2 cards, right? If I have Jack 10 here, I'm bombing it. Jack 9, I'm fucking bombing it. Queen 9, yep. I wouldn't find this Queen 10, Queen 9 as much as a
Actually,
giant bet.
it's interesting to see that it does have quite a lot of offsuit 7s, but
Yeah. 10-7 on the button. You can see the button's opening range.
can you actually see show the
And it's
weighting?
not quite a lot. It's just like, you know what I mean? They just have.
Can you show the range height? Like,
No, I cannot. No, I'm kidding. I think I actually griefed you. Here we go. So this is, yeah, when it shows the range height, it's
like-
just like how often you're gonna have this, right? Like,
and go to the button.
oh,
To the
yeah, that's
button
the
spread, yeah.
button. Yeah, this is just dust down there. Cool.
Yeah, so yeah, the 9-7 and 10-7 is not really a thing, but yeah, we do have some 7x though.
Yep.
But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, thanks.
No problem, bud. And one more, uno mas. I'm gonna do one more.
Sure.
Awesome. No, that was your last one was your first one. So give me one more after this. Yeah. And then we'll take a break and then
Peter should go.
come
Peter
back.
should.
No, yeah. I was calling Peter. Yeah, Peter's on the mic.
Yeah, no problem. So again, we're going to want to check raise our top pairs here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be check raising all of our suited 6s and our offsuit 6s. We're also going to pull check raises from the cards that have the straight equity here, the 4 and the 5 particularly. So we're going to have like that block of the offsuit cards that contain a single spade. So your king 5 with the spade, your queen 5 with the spade. This one is probably just good enough to call, is what I'm gonna do here, right?
Who's calling
You can
this?
pick up some equity here.
Is this called or fold? What are you guys doing with this one in chat? Specifically this. I'm
Snap
curious.
fold.
Peter's calling. Borderline, but I'm folding. Ooh, so this is a good debate.
Maybe the clubs are calling, but I probably could check. So could check raise this one too.
I think we have
No,
enough
we're
check
never
raises.
folding. We're never folding a gut shot.
Yeah.
We're never folding. We're never folding a gut shot.
This isn't a
Never.
This isn't a gut shot, is it?
No,
No, it's not.
It's a
gut.
backdoor.
Yeah, that's a
Ace
back.
seven
Oh,
of
it's
hearts
not.
is check raising, I bet. This one folds.
but it's got two overs.
Oh yeah.
I
it
don't
did,
want,
yeah.
I'm not really sure about folding it with
There
backdoor.
it is.
Wow.
100% snap fold. You have a billion other combos.
This
in your
and
range.
diamonds.
Dude, yeah,
Done.
you just have a zillion. Like, if you think about the number of hands we get to play here versus this two on this board, you have a zillion other things. Like, look at all this.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you have
Yeah,
the
but-
world.
The fact is this board it more range than the bottom range.
Yeah,
Do you
but
get
we
where
have
you-
like
why
so
the-
many other
I
combos.
lead this one so much.
Yeah.
I lead this one so much that usually I don't get into button C betting this
Leading
year.
so much. I mean, we got 8%.
Oh, it's not leading that much. I'm bad. I'm bad here.
That's what we're here for, my friend. We're all bad. Look at his strategy here. Should
But the
should
thing is,
have a lot of
probably
big-ass
population
bets.
overfolds. Probably our population overfolds the leads.
Hell yeah, they just fold like king highs with the spade. They should
yeah,
never in a million years
yeah.
fold.
So it works out.
Folding
It
king
works
nine
out.
with the spade and shit like that. Yeah, at the but
Even
yeah, let's
though it's
focus
not
on-
6-5-4, even though it's not
Yep.
6-5-4, they're gonna act like it's 6-5-4.
Yeah,
Right.
part of it is this board shouldn't be a small bet or range bet board for him. It should be a big bet board for the button. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
So- we're in a bit of a small part of the strategy here.
Is
Yeah,
8-7
there's button checks back a lot this flop.
Yeah, they should
Yeah.
for sure.
That especially that's gonna hit stuff like that 8-7. And so yeah, I mean we just
All right.
Is 8-7 suited raising here more with the flush draw or the backdoor draw?
7-8 suited with yeah, you need the backdoor draw. Let me see. It's not even. It's mostly calling with.
Yeah, the
either, but you need the
non-interactive
backdoor.
folds. Basically,
Yep.
the non-interactive folds.
Yep, you just have so many better, so many other combos to draw from. You don't need to do anything here. This Jack 7, these are just little things here with the 7, the offsuit stuff, like missing this stuff at full frequency, right?
yeah, where I would get myself in trouble here is like queen 8 with the queen of spades.
Dead.
It's just a snap fold, but I continue too often.
Well, I see. Yeah, you're at 40%. I would just snap fold that. I'm overfolding in some of these spots. 7-4-2 only has a straight draw, where this board already has one potential straight, Joey.
Somebody
Okay.
was asking why is this board betting less than the 7-4-2?
Oh, why the button was betting less than 7-4-2? Just
Because button doesn't have sixes.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
and
the
there's
button-
already locked up equity here. Like there's already a made flopped 45 straight, which
Yep.
is in our range.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So it's super
it's not just a
dangerous for
straight draw,
mixed
it's
bet.
a straight. On the 7-4-2, it was only flopping a straight draw, not an actual straight.
Yep. Last one,
Cool.
Peter. Give me one more. Oh, did you guys want to see something there before I change it? I'm sorry.
No, I was just seeing some pattern that
Yeah.
when you're on the board, you if you want to call with a backdoor flush straight, you need to have a backdoor flush draw too, or there's no call.
Yeah. If you want the backdoor straight draw call, you got to have the backdoor flush draw with it. We can't just be floating with these backdoors, with all of them. But yep, this seems pretty intuitive. But just missing some of this region. I like that you did identify, Peter, that we're going to be using this region with the spade. And I think of today's lesson, since we are defending so much of this weak suited paint versus button, I think a lot of times we either check call too much or just check fold it, which is fucking a mistake. And we need to be in there fighting and vigilantly check raising with these kind of combos.
Sean,
Hey,
but
well-
Peter is so good. Peter is so good that you need to
Hell yeah,
ask
he's
him
good.
what he's going to do. What he's going to do in Omaha here too.
Those bottom card, the one thing about those bottom cards is it usually only shows up when there's another wheel card on the board.
So you can turn the back door. Yes. Good call, Joey. Check. All right, Peter. Give me one more. Then we'll went for a few hours. We'll take a quick break and then come back and crush it some more. So here you have a gut shot and over 3, 4, 6. This is your board. Are we check raising here? What are we doing? Give us the quick rundown again, my friend.
So again, there's locked up equity here because there's a flop. There is multiple flop straights, deuce 5 and 5-7, which are both in our range. Certainly with deuce 5 suited, and 5-7 off. So he's going to be big betting and checking a lot more here. So again, we're in a bit of a minutia part of the strategy. So again, we're going to be going crazy with our top pairs, our 6s.
Okay.
We're going to be going bonkers when we have a 5 in our hand. And I think these 7s are also going to be very prevalent in check raising. So it wouldn't surprise me to find some check raises with this combo. And then all of the stuff that has a 5 and below, so 5-2, ace 5 are going to be in there. It's just, well, 5-2 is already a straight. It's just going to be a gong show of check raising.
So what percentage would you think off the top of your head? What do you think? How often should you be check raising here? Because it sounds like
our range is still really wide. We still have lots of junk.
Yep.
But I mean, because of the rainbow board, we're going to have some continues with some backdoor flushes that want to.
I think it's
here.
Wait a minute, don't cut him off, my man. Go ahead, Peter.
I'm going to say probably 25% check raises.
Okay. 25%, he says.
I think like 45. I think like 45.
Dude, it feels like it's gonna be.
I think that exact combo is pure.
I think-
Blocks continues with the.
I think it's like
spade and the
45.
diamond.
Oh,
45 is not. 45 is like
too much.
Half the hit. Way too much.
Yeah, too much.
So part of the nature is that because of his high check frequency, he's betting more polar. So even when he bets small, he's betting a stronger hand or a stronger part of his range.
50%. Yep.
So
he should be checking back a lot.
This board, we're in such a, like you said, we're in a minutia because we're going to lead about 35% of this board ourselves.
Oh, yeah. That's why also.
So we've just reduced all of our leads. We've reduced all of his big bets. So now it's getting like, it's getting really minutia almost. This one's kind of really hard actually, just because there's so much gone.
All right.
Yep, and then for yourself, you guys need to be doing this. Yep. Here you go. For your own strategy from the big blind. This is a spot where we can find some fucking leads. A lot of leads.
Yeah.
3 low cards under a 6.
Can you show put 10-5 suited, and can you show, so is it like non-interactive calls and interactive raises, or how it's the heuristic?
10-5 suited. You wanted to see the 10 and the
10-5 suited. Just put 10-5 suited there. Yeah, nice.
Long live the donk. Check raising about 20% and donking 35%. They should be using a bigger size more often than this third size. So there's a lot of different things at play. Like they should be fucking bombing it sometimes.
Yeah. So the way this with check and then small bet, it's pretty much reduced both of us to all the high end of our range.
Yep. Here's our strategy again versus small. So yeah, just the better portion of our top pair. Hands like 10-6, 9-6. Queen 6 is almost exclusively check raising with the backdoor flush draw and top pair. Queen 5, the same thing. King ace 5 good enough to just call. King 5 mixing, almost good enough as well. It's not as much check raising as I thought either, but I think we've identified the reasons why on this board, because we're going to be leading and they should be using a bigger bet size. And the fact that they bet in the first place is also a little concerning on the board that's so good for us. 5-2, the straight, 5-3, the pair, and the straight draw going for it. 4-5, I mean, you're just
Yeah, because look at the range heights of all the stuff we have that interacts with that board. It's so small because we're just
Yeah.
not there with it.
Yeah,
That's
because we're
why.
supposed to be leading with
Yeah.
with a lot of this stuff. That's why. Very good. Did anyone have any other questions about this one or anything? I think we should take a quick break and then maybe come back and do some ICM work. How does that sound?
Sounds
Yes.
good.
Awesome.
Very
Hey,
good.
Peter, great job, buddy. Thank you, man. That was great. You
No
you
problem.
crushed.
Thanks.
No, that was
Thanks for bringing this spot. Seen
No,
a lot of things, but it helped to bring the range of 3-bet and call and
no, I think
see
this
the
is a good spot.
reason.
Also, guys, if you did miss it, if you got here a little bit late, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this Poker Tracker 4. If you use Poker Tracker 4, I'm throwing this filter in the chat here. You probably can't even see my Zoom chat there, but I dropped a filter in the chat, and you can upload this into your PT4, and then you can kind of see in your database how you're doing versus the C-bets and shit like that.
Question for you: do you
Yes,
know
yeah.
what they use on GG Poker?
Is there? Oh, I didn't think
There's
you were
no-
allowed to have no HUD on GG.
No,
Poker.
you're not allowed to have odds.
No,
That's
yeah,
why
unlock
I
that for
asked
me.
the question how I can have those kind of stats.
Yeah, and if you do have a HUD, if you don't, I get it. But guys, you have to get some kind of trackers to get your analytics, and then from here, get in this spot. For homework, I want you guys to get into this situation, use this filter, and then a little bit at your time, just run through some of your own hands. If you have some wizard or something like this, if you have GTO wizard, cool. If you don't, and you have questions about a spot, put it in the chat and have somebody let you know how you did or what the range should be, and quiz yourself in this spot. Because it's important to be like, look, I've been doing this for 2 days now. So, and I'm realizing I'm making mistakes and missing spots.
Yeah.
So
We did this on Monday in our Monday morning group too.
oh, sweet. I didn't even, damn, everybody's working on this spot, but it's a good
It-
spot because we're in it so frequently, right? Like, and this will be a spot you work on for the rest of your days in poker, honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna go get some water, take a quick break, and we'll come back and do some ICM work. Cool.
Long live the donkey. Was
Long
a very,
live the
very nice
dog.
comment. Very nice comment.
Let me see.
I used to have this poker tracker when I was playing on Poker Star, but the rate are higher on Poker Star, so I start to play on GG.
So on GG, you can download your hands from their PokerCraft part and upload them into Poker Tracker 4, and then it'll create a separate database for you with just your GG hands.
Okay, I have to do this.
Yeah.
I will use my other, but I have the program, and it's just I don't play on the side that accept it.
Some sites that don't allow HUDs still allow for collection of hands and hand
Okay.
histories.
I'll
Yeah.
try to check it out.
Yeah, it's in the PokerCraft area on GG.
What's up, guys? Have we been doing tournament today, or has it been cash?
Tournament, Thursday's tournaments,
Thank you.
Tuesday's cash, Thursday tournament.
Okay. Yeah, I don't come on Thursdays too much. So that's good to know.
No, this is the one I like the best. So I prefer tournaments.
Yeah, man, I just prefer coming here with all you guys. This is a great group. Everybody cares about it, and you guys are every single week. This is awesome. Doesn't get much better than that.
Wake
I
up
used to be
late.
better at cash when I was a super net. But then I spent a couple years opening up my game, and now I go back to cash and I play like an MTT now, and it's
Boy, when you play both, it's you need to adjust. You need to study a bit before the session because I did it, and you're gonna find yourself playing bad on the one side or the other.
yeah. Well, I'm not horrible at cash, but there are some times where I think my biggest thing is not the sizing, because I got the sizing down pretty well for cash. It's not different. It's different from MTTs. But what parts of my range I'm C betting? Because you C bet less in cash than you do in MTTs.
Yeah, you gotta be tighter and the sizings are a little bit larger in cash.
Yeah. What I still miss in cash are there are more opportunities to overbet. And I still don't have all those down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me too.
Because I've seen some C bets that were like 200 times pot.
I need to narrow the continue bet. I miss it because I always continue bet. It's almost 100% of the range. When I
No.
have position, I'm gonna see bet, but the 3-bet range I need to narrow it to be able to bet 3-bet less often.
Cash, there's actually very few C bet range. There are fewer C bet range spots than there are in MTTs. A lot of times in cash, you're checking at least 30% of your range.
Do we know what this filter was that he gave us?
I don't know what the filter was, but what he was looking for in that filter was your big blind fold to button C bets.
I mean, went back 7 months. I only have 40 hands in that filter. So
Yeah,
it's
because he said it should be in the low 40s.
fold to fold. So pre-flop. Fold to C bet, 47%.
From the button.
Big blind versus button.
Yeah, that's a bit high. I don't think it's bad.
It's only 40 hands, so that's why I'm questioning like the filters. I don't know why I filtered out so many hands.
The filter that I gave you?
Yeah.
I don't know why it does that. Is the date or anything? It's 30, the stacks is 30 to 45, I believe there. I have another filter. as
33 to
well.
45. Yeah, I mean, I should have a bigger sample.
Yeah, it's weird. I have a shitload in my sample. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something. Excuse me. Let me see if I can find that other report. Fuck, I don't think
So if I go not, so all other stacks besides that, I have 122 hands. But it's giving me button, middle position, big blind, small blind.
Anybody want just a database analysis one? Let me see if I can find this for you guys. And then you could just use this and it'll organize all your statistics. I'm not sure if the one I gave you did that, but I want to give you guys something else really quick if I can find it. If not, we'll just get to work. Here.
If you could put that back in chat one more time. I just switched from my phone to computer so I can click it, but
I did the same thing. I did the same thing.
Here, let me leave this here for a second. Yeah, I got you. I'll send it again. So here is the report, here's a database analysis one. I'm
So it's
sending that
funny.
one. right now.
Justin had posted one that I thought came from Justin or Acevedo. I forgot. And here
I
I
have an
found out,
Acevedo one.
and I
Okay.
found out it came from Matt, and then Matt actually got it from someone in our Discord.
Yeah, everybody's just passing on the same shit. And here's the other one.
Fuck, I'm already taking bad beats. I don't know if I should play today, man. Like I was all excited. My wife left town. I was like, I'm playing poker for like the next 6 days straight. But then the cops event is over on BOL. It's Plo Day on the Grizzlies. I'm like, well, fuck.
You want to stay? We can hang out and study.
I might do
Or-
that instead.
All right, I'll talk to you after this. I got I might have some
Bad
time.
beats. I haven't even loaded up yet. The fuck?
Using Adamo, throw that motherfucker in the chat right now if you have an Adamo report. Throw it in, Beats. We're a family here.
Wait,
I
wait,
share
I have
everything I
questions.
have with you guys.
How did he get Adamo's report? Did he get it like
I
off
got it
some
from
porn
like one
site
of
or like
No, I think I got it from one of you guys.
No, you got it. It wasn't
Oh,
Acevedo.
Ah, you got it from
sorry.
me. Yeah, you
Sorry,
got it.
Acevedo, not Adamo.
There's a big difference.
Here.
Yeah, there is. My bad. My bad.
You mean this? I'm just sending all the reports and shit. I have more, but I'm just a nerd. That's what it comes down to.
Is it so big a difference?
Yeah.
It's
All
a
right.
huge difference. No disrespect to Acevedo, but right now,
yeah,
Not Adamo.
Adamo
Yeah.
is the fucking
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah,
all right.
I saw the other day somebody was sending out like they sent out a list of who's the hardest to play against, and I can't remember who
Shitwick.
responded.
Shitwick.
But somebody
won Player
goes,
of the Year.
somebody was like, "Yeah, how come Adamo's not on this list?"
Yeah, 'cause
And it
he's
was
pushing
like,
the test
it was
and
somebody that's plays in all the high rollers with all of them. But
I don't,
Yeah, Larry, I'm still using Hold'em Manager 3.
I had HM2 back in the day. When I first bought my first HUD, everyone had Poker Checker 4 and Hold'em Manager, and I was such a noob that I didn't know they were the same thing. So I bought both. And then when they both upgraded PT3 to PT4,
it doesn't let me pick
2 to
stats.
3, I dumped Hold'em Manager because everyone uses Poker Tracker.
All right. Let's go ahead.
Hold'em
We're
Manager
gonna drill
pretty
some. We're gonna drill some asymmetric money bubble stuff for now, and then we're gonna move on, jump it up. I have 45 minutes, so we'll get in some nice ICM type work. I have recently been studying some 50% of the field remaining stuff because ranges do slightly condense and change from there. But since I have like you guys here, and I want you guys to fucking crush it, I want to work on some money bubble stuff so we have a higher IETM percentage, and then we'll look at some in the money stuff as well and spend some time. But I'm not going to go through the boring part of looking through each chart. I'm just going to get straight into drilling you guys, and then we can look and pick up patterns. I'm just trying to decide if we do versus RFI or if we just encompass all of it. Let's just do all of it for now.
All of it.
I think just having like all kind of different situations to look at. Me and Toe did this shit yesterday. We were crushing it. I think we got a 91%. Or something like that when we were drilling some of these spots.
And all the ones we were wrong, everyone we were wrong, we were 1 pip off.
Yeah, we were losing our minds. That was fun. Cool. So who will be the next victim? I see a name. All right, over again. Jackson. You in here, fam?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, I see 2 names in there. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. The computer won't let me unmute, but I still have my phone open for some reason. Like, or whatever.
Right on. All right. So what we have here, so the situation you're going to be drilling, you're going to be 5 out of the money, and you're going to do how many people we have? Let's do 5 hands. Let's just do 5 situations.
And we're 5 out of the money.
5 out of the money in this spot.
We cover, so we just ISO jam.
What's the bottom of your ISO jam for your pairs? Are you using pocket 8, 7, 6 is where you are?
8 is the bottom for me here. Probably 9 to be honest, since 8 is probably going to be the bottom for most people. So I'm probably going to go 9s just to be good.
Offsuit ace X.
Ace king, ace queen. That's it.
Suited ace X.
We're supposed to go ace jack suited.
I think I like everything you said, kind of. Like I think
probably lean towards not going the ace jack.
Folding ace jack mostly.
That's funny you said that because I was gonna ask the question and then got distracted from my email. But if we could flat and not jam, just because we're 5 out of the money. Like
Good
at the
question.
final,
Yeah.
at the final
Really good
table, you would
question.
never jam here, right? You would always flat. just in case.
That's what I was thinking too.
Mhm.
I was
That
thinking
was-
the same thing.
But yeah, it's
Why
fine. I
jam?
think if you do jam,
It's totally fine. It
it's
makes sense.
fine.
It's totally fine.
It
Okay.
makes it like the EV is going to be exactly the same. You're not going to be wrong if you do jam, and if you call and you get jam, whatever you do, you're not wrong. So don't.
I would
don't
argue
feel some kind
at
of
the
way.
final table specifically, it's probably wrong to jam and only calling. But here, yeah, I agree 100%.
But it's
Okay.
very interesting. It was very interesting to see that. Do we see this ace jack folds by people? No.
No, nobody's
Yeah,
calling ace jack there.
that's great. Easy
Yep.
ladders.
Yep. People are calling ace 10 suited there, bro.
Yeah.
I think people are folding pocket sevens there.
No. Well, maybe sevens, eights, nah, it's 0%. All right, Jackson, ace 8 suited versus this on the money bubble. is this GG? How do
I
you
think we
feel?
squeeze here at least 99%.
We have 6 big blinds.
At least 99.9%.
I love
You can
it.
go ahead and fold it, bro. You can go ahead and fold it.
I was gonna
100%
say, I'm
fold.
snap folding.
Yeah.
That was still good. That
What,
was
what
funny,
kind of
though.
bait? What kind of baity comments? You can't be trolling and baiting in the study group, my friend. I know
My
that's your
bad, my
MO.
bad. I thought it
I
was
know-
obvious. I thought it was obvious.
No, whatever you say is what we're doing. I'm not.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, whatever you say. It's like if you're playing. I'm all in. No,
At
it's
least-
you know, there's no joking.
You
It's
can't
like
throw
it-
your chips in and pull them back.
It's like if you're at a table, if you say bet this, it counts.
It counts. Oh, I'm
If
squeezing.
you're
I'm
live
all
and
in,
you say all
guys.
in, you're all in.
Yeah, it feels bad.
Well, boys, he said it. 99% of the time.
But yeah, this range
99.9 at least.
At least.
still
Probably
pretty
just
high.
like folding
This
ace
is
10.
like, yeah, you
Look at
can't call
this.
here off 6, 5 off
Twos
the
through
money. You can't.
sixes. Look at
Can
twos
I
through
bring? Can I
sixes.
ask a question? Are we not shoving because we just have 0 fold equity? There's no.
And you're
we have
5
the
out of the
button as
money.
well.
Yeah, like
5
Yeah.
out of the
5
money.
out of the money helps.
No
Yeah,
fold
that kinda helps too.
equity, and we have the button. I mean, in real life, I'm thinking.
Oh
like,
yeah.
you're
We're
gonna find
tank
5
folding
people to
in a lot of scenarios.
giga
Yeah.
tank folding here in the spot.
You gotta think about the cutoff range too. He ain't getting involved
And-
with, you know,
Like
shit.
you're gonna be dominant here a lot.
Here it is.
And there's a chance cutoff could go broke this hand and you improve your position.
That's a good point. That's
Well, their
really
calling
true.
range is literally ace jack and ace 10. Maybe a little bit of 8 to 9. So this flatting range is
Okay.
big and small. Yeah. RFI Jackson.
Oh, we never see these RFIs.
I fold this. I think this is a fold.
What's the bottom of your opening range?
5 off of the money. Like an under the gun chip EV, like eights, ace, jack, or better. I probably open ace 10 here. Yeah, I probably might even open sevens in this specific spot, but I probably fold sixes. And probably lean towards folding sevens too, to be honest.
Opening queen 10, opening queen jack, king jack. We're opening ace 9 off plus.
I'm thinking
ace,
jacks and
all of our
suited
suited
nines.
I think it's a
I
lot
might be able to
linear.
fold this as well. Like
I'm folding this. King 10, I'm opening.
Yeah, ace 9 off plus, king 10
Jacks
off
and
plus.
suited
Yep.
nines.
All of our suited ace, 5s plus. We still don't be too nitty with these suited 9s. No matter what, first in over 20. We can't be a nitpick. Yep, king, queen, queen, jack off. I would fold. And guys, this is think in consideration of like your table dynamics, and then I think you're going to be able to get away with some of these partial frequency opens in your game, just taking them. Given that I don't think people will fight back as much as they should. Now you
Yeah,
will
like,
have
if I-
guys that
also-
will fight back as well.
It is also because they don't adjust. Their calling ranges by the big blind is wider than in theory here they have. Or
So
Yeah,
they'll
I-
defend much wider and stuff.
I feel that these chip stacks, like you can be messed with by people who are covering you, especially. And when people are covering me, like in the blinds on bubble situations, I generally just tend to fold actually. But like, yeah, people get really,
That's-
really fancy on the bubble because they think they have a limited fold equity. I actually bubbled the deep freeze with pocket aces last night. I was like
Right.
top 3 stack, and then some guy just jammed because we're on the stone bubble. and he got there, but it is what it is. But yeah, those bigger stacks that cover you, they will definitely go out of their
I
way
don't
to
think
like, you know.
it's. I don't think people do it that much. I don't think people are that aware or that. And if they are, it's fine. They're actually going crazy in the more condensed ranges, so they're kind of punting if they're super wide versus.
Yeah, but
I mean, they have a lot of.
I mean, those
fold
players stand
equity,
out too,
but-
right? Like right away, I'm thinking of like Big
Yeah,
Tilt.
you know it
and
right away, and then I would
Sexton
be
Hardcastle, like,
tighter.
those guys are known that are going to give you a hard time and be tough and aggressive and sticky.
Right.
Yeah, I just find like most times like you're not gonna have just because they're cover like everybody's not built that way.
So
When they get a stack and they're just kind of like they got a stack by virtue of other things. They're not just.
So what is what would your opening range be there?
My opening range?
No,
Toast?
Like how
In my queen
how do
10
you think
spot?
about this? How do you think about that spot
on
in
the queen 10.
Queen
Oh,
10,
I mean,
yeah.
I agree 100% with everything that Six was saying. I would just fold it. You know, to not put myself in a stick spot, especially on 22 bigs where, you know, I'm not gonna be forced to feel like I have to defend wide and call down draws a little wider because I know those guys are gonna be sticky and aggressive. And, you know, I'm gonna get 3-bet a lot with this hand, which kind of sucks. And I only have 22 bigs and I'm quickly gonna get down to 15. So keeping that in mind, Queen 10 is an easy fold, right?
The
So
way I
for me,
look
I'm
at it
very
is
aggressive, so
at
I would
Chippy
raise
V.
open.
At Chippy V, it would be offsuited tens, suited eights. You subtract at least 1 pip, maybe a pip and a half to 2 pips based on your
Opponents, yeah.
ICM component. Your
I just think about
Premium.
blockers when I'm in that spot. If I got an ace, my king, like that's why I do like king 10. Like I know I'm opening my king 10 because I'm opening ace X and king X a lot. And the queen ain't so good.
I'm folding here, by the way.
Yeah,
What'd
Wait,
you just say?
Yeah, we're folding with
Folding.
the tens. I don't think I
Yeah.
am, right?
I'm never folding.
It's
No,
a
we're
call.
not folding
It's
here.
a
Nine
call,
plus.
It's a call.
My reasons for
We're
folding.
I
covering.
hate this spot and have to call.
Well, no, I don't want to hear. Okay, here's the thing. I don't want to hear nitty explanations
Heard.
for small stakes to make tight folds. Not a hand.
Oh,
that's
it wasn't about to be small state specific. It was more like just like my theory on the situation. Like, what are you
I'd like
getting
to hear
jammed
it.
on by?
Let him go.
Like-
Go ahead.
You're getting jammed on by flips or crushed. Like you might get jammed on by 9s here, 8s sometimes, but now you're like generally just inviting a flip for decently sized field, just 200 people, which isn't that bad to take a flip here, get a big stack. So like, yeah, your reward probably does outweigh your risk because like, you know, you can't go to 0 here. You can probably still make the money with your stack. So I can see your reasons for calling there. But yeah, I wouldn't be, I don't hate a fold either.
I mean, to be fair, Jackson, you should be calling here, but at the same time, you're only 1 pip off, right? Like
Yeah,
nines is
you're
folding
close.
for all those reasons. We just have to have a breaking point. Yours is a little too tight.
Yeah.
Heard.
I think
But at the same
You're on the
time, I
right
think
track, though.
nines like is good, but yeah.
I think the problem with that logic is
can't-
also that we saw when we hear these small stakes, but we also forget that in small stakes there are these impulse all-ins, and you can actually you never know that. Okay, is this guy too tight? Or is he making some, I can't hate it, I'm gonna shove my king 5 offsuit here because I can't handle it. Like,
even
and you
right.
just lose all these, you just lose all these wins by
Or even
folding there.
perceived value, right? Like jamming 6s there. Mistakenly,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. You have to, like,
Nah.
these are 2 strong hands, 2 strong flips to fold.
All right, go ahead, Jackson. Yeah, I'm trying to get let's get a few reps
Sorry,
because I want to
sorry,
get through a
man.
lot. I want to get through
Here
at least 5 people. I want to get through a couple people. I want to give everybody in the group an opportunity to give their opinions and get better as well. Like
Hell
there's
yeah.
some new faces. I want you guys to all improve.
Yeah.
We need
I would
reps.
flat. I would
Can't have
flat
stories
this.
after every hand.
Yes. All right, Jackson.
Flat. Am I muted?
No, you're good. You're
Okay.
fighting here.
Oh yeah, flat. Yeah.
This is the bottom of your range.
Yeah. This is the bottom.
Ace X offsuit plus. Which Ace X offsuit?
Queens.
Ace Queen, and then
Ace queen off.
suited aces.
I would probably, man, I really don't like ace jack, but it would probably have to be ace jack a portion of the time.
Well,
Um,
I got bad news for you, sir. We've seen this already. I think this is a fold. Ace Jack is mixing fold as well, but we're a bit deeper. I think this is probably just a fold. So you're gonna call as a flat. What do you guys think? I'm folding into hijack too. Go ahead.
I'm folding, and I'm scared of these big stacks at the small blind and button and even cut. I'm just scared of those guys. You know, I think I gotta fold this one.
It's a fold.
Push the weed through.
All right, let's see. He said call. Yeah, it's a fold. And then it's ace queen, and then like ace jacks out of there.
I might be a little bit tentative
You'll
with
see
nines
this-
here too.
You'll see this
Yeah.
comment a lot too. Like it's eights is generally what mixes, ace jack O is generally what mixes, and then it's nines plus and ace queen plus is like.
Okay.
Are you
generally the
calling? Are
spot
you
here a
calling
lot.
nines here, Toe?
Yeah, that's my question too. The
I
nines.
fucking hate it every time, but I've done enough of these to know that that's the bottom. Like you
Yeah.
have to have
Okay.
a bottom in that.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
think if we were on the button, maybe cut off calls, but I think the button for sure calls.
If it was an early position all in, I think the nines drop out.
Oh yeah,
But when
that's
it's
drastically
middle
changed.
position or later, nines are in there.
Beautiful opinions. I like it.
Last one. And then I'm get someone else on the mic.
I think we just, I mean, yeesh. I guess. Yeah, my coach thinks it's funny too, apparently. I'll take I would take a call here, to be honest. In the in game, I would probably just be like, whatever, dude. Have ace queen one time for the one time. Show me ace
do the
jack,
six
show me
range.
ace queen.
Is this the bottom of your suit offsuit king X calling range then? If you're calling king eight
Nah,
off.
probably call king four off.
Damn.
I think it's
Like-
a fold.
Cap.
Fold,
I'm gonna
this is
how about
five big
how about you
blinds.
cap?
King 10.
I think I'm more of the calling.
I
slightly
think
better
it's
as,
king six.
King six or seven.
I wouldn't really call king four. I would call down to king eight, probably.
He's hijacked though, that's why. I mean, if he was button, I'd call this, but
Suited kings, I probably call down to like all the way.
We're all in
Ooh.
between.
Or
Love it.
Guess what? I mean, look at this. You're still printing. It's just not enough. Like,
right. It's just like
Wait,
it's
so what is King A doing here? Sorry, I can't read it that good.
oh, I
says
can make it
fold.
bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, is
it
that
says
better?
fold,
Ooh,
but I'm not
that's
calling
better.
because I think I'm ahead or anything.
no, for sure.
Just trying to make
Yeah,
make somebody's life hell. Make them have a
Yeah.
bad
Right.
day.
Trying to pick up six bigs.
Yeah, king eight
Hopefully,
there. I'm just
hopefully
kind
I'm
of
40%.
indifferent. It's like, yeah.
I agree.
All right. There we go. All
Doesn't
right,
affect
Jackson.
my
Good job,
utility.
buddy.
All
Good
right,
job,
it was
my man.
mediocre. It was mediocre. We had one fake all in.
Yeah, but honestly, but like if you notice though, you're only one pip
one
off.
off.
It's not
on,
like
most
it's
of my spots.
if you guys are just one pip off, you shouldn't feel that bad, man. Like
That's a
if you're
good point.
2-3 pips off and things like that. So when I see you guys being one pip off, I imagine you get it right a lot in game, or you get it right enough in game that you're doing well.
Right.
If you're only one pip off, because generally the EV difference between that pip isn't going to be so much, but some of these pairs between calling nines and eights is actually winning and losing money. So, but at the same time, you're doing fine. So good job, man.
Hurt.
Let's see, who do we have in here? Molten Ashes. You interested in doing a few, my friend?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Awesome, buddy. Let's do it. Oh man, awesome.
Oh,
This is actually weird. Like, what are you doing here?
oh, odd. Okay, so button covers us, BB doesn't. I'm probably flatting this one. Wait, do we even have flats here though?
Do we? I don't know.
In game, I'm flatting, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's no flats here. That seems weird.
All right. What is the bottom of your ace X play range here? So your suited ace X. What are you doing?
Oh,
Are you
I'm tight.
playing-
This.
Ace
Okay.
deuce
Ace-
to ace nine. What are you doing with that?
No,
range?
I'm not. I'm out with ace deuce, ace nine.
Ace jack suited plus. Are you three betting? Or you can't jam? So I guess you're three betting.
I'm
Are
three
you
betting.
flatting
I'm
ace
three betting.
queen?
No, I'm not flatting ace queen. I'm three betting ace queen. I think
What about ace jack suited?
I'm three betting that as well.
Okay. Okay, let's see how you
I
did.
think
You're
we
gonna
got some three bets from our crappy ace wheels, suited wheels and suited crappy king wheels, maybe.
There ain't too much
I
flat
can
in
see
here,
that
bro.
as well.
Three bet folds.
I don't think we have any flats in these
No?
spots. And then a
Yeah,
lot of our
yeah.
sizing, when we do raise, it's gonna be 2.5x with a lot of that range as well. So I would
Okay.
fold.
This might be a fold.
I'm folding this.
It's yeah.
Okay, yeah, it is fold.
And then you're raising
It's not,
2.25.
it's a little bit of 9.
The only hand that you're really flatting is ace jack suited because it doesn't know what the hell to do. And then the rest of this just 3-bet. So this is a very good range to see. Look at this, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kind of shot king queen suited flats that much.
Yeah, king
I
queen
would
suited
fold
it.
that for sure.
Toe
Okay, yeah,
likes
that's
this flat.
interesting.
I like to flat the king queen suited stuff, but
Yeah.
not here with the whole fucking table behind. I'm 3-better.
Yeah.
Larry, I haven't seen the much trapping with aces in ICM.
Hell no.
Like it,
Too
they
good.
have it at chip EV, but I haven't seen much of that at
I
ICM.
think that's because ranges are so condensed that you're just pushing value, right? Whereas in chip EV, they're wide and you just get a lot of folds. right?
And guys, take note of our 3-bet size. I think a lot of us autopilot, lazy, mentally, see the 2, click it over twice to get to 6 bigs and then just shrug. No, it's like 4.5. You go 4. You go a tiny.
I think that's a great point. Thank you. So
Yeah.
that's a big one for me.
Yeah, I think a lot of us get lazy. I mean, and my lazy is 2.5x anymore, so I never
Yep.
do this. I like this. My lazy is 2. I go 5, but I need to be a little bit more efficient. Even go smaller than that. So this is awesome. And a lot of people just get lazy and go 6 or 8.
Yeah, I'm
Something
5
like
there.
that. Yeah, I'm 5 here as well. We're not 3-bet, and I need to be even smaller. So that's good. That's good.
Nice.
I need to be 3-bet in these suited aces. Okay.
Oh boy, there's.
Here
Here we go, Vault
Uh,
Nashes. There's
Yeah, I'm
that
folding
little
this.
snap
Yeah, I'm folding
fold.
this.
What is
That was
your so when you get 3-bet here from under the gun with your opening range here, what hands would you call or rip it with
Some
of
bitch
this?
just clicked it on YouTube.
I don't think I'm calling anything. I'm ripping jacks plus ace queen suited, and maybe ace 5 suited.
Having
like
no calling range
50%.
seems like a mistake. I mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Well, out of position, 5 from the money. One more
No,
covered.
but-
It seems.
But you're
awful.
also getting an insanely good price with portions of your hand. You just over realize that. I mean, just getting
So-
the
That's
right price to
true.
realize.
Do we ever
So-
call with aces here then? If you guys think that's, I'm just asking. Do we ever call with aces, right? think
I
we
wouldn't
do.
hate. I think it would be kind
I-
of nasty to slow play aces a little bit. Like
Oh,
I'm
you
pure
wait, you
calling
wouldn't?
this.
No,
I do.
like
A
the
nasty
idea.
is cool. Like is in I
Okay,
would.
yeah. Hell yeah.
But this is also these ranges are fairly condensed from here, so maybe just ripping it. But this is very good. We're obviously folding here, and this is going to be very good for us all to see because I feel like mentally we're all doing some different things here. Not much fucking calling, only ace queen and a king queen, and yep, your ass is just GG. And I would be making a mistake with king queen suited because I would just flat king queen suited
Me too.
a lot.
I'd flat aces too, to be
Fuck.
honest.
Me too. I'd be slow playing these
Yeah.
aces at some frequency, probably half the time, which is too much. But at the same time, it's like, wow, he's got what's this tight ass 3-bet range, right? So we might just want to push
facing
equity.
the 3-bet, like the ranges are so condensed.
Yep.
It
So
might
we
be
just want to
different if
push
we're in
equity with
later positions.
yeah, it's this like some suited aces. But in real life, man, I'm just a little skewed because I don't feel like anybody's doing this. I
We're
don't
doing
think
Right,
people
king
do
5
this
suited that
enough,
often.
man.
The portion of his range that you're attacking is just so like, are real people doing that?
I agree.
Or are they so heavily condensed to the top of their
This
top
range
of their
is too
range?
balanced.
Especially
People are not.
with
Yeah.
like on this dynamic, you have a 6 big blind stack, a 12 big blind stack, 18 big blind stack. Neither one of you really want to lose this hand. So what is he really 3-betting with?
Oh, in real life, this would be fucking the goods. It feels
Yeah.
like the goody goods.
So I wanna ask a
folding
question
this.
that Larry C
No,
brought
go
up. Larry C said you can trap AA and chip EV, but yeah, not in ICM. Do you guys agree with that?
I don't. I'll be honest with you. You don't see it too much in ICM, man. Not too much trapping.
Okay.
It's 3-betting. It's 3-betting a lot. 4-betting. It's using a tiny ass size. So yeah, it's mostly 3-betting. Not too much calling.
Okay.
Opening this, Molten. Are you
No.
opening every
Folding.
single pair?
No, I'm
Folding
not. I'm
is
folding.
cut off.
I'm folding this one.
It's a raise.
Offsuit
I
A.
think I'm-
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I
Mike,
think
go ahead.
ICM you want to be blocker heavy. I'm opening 5s plus.
Okay. Offsuit ace
Um,
X. What's the worst offsuit ace X you would open here in the cutty?
Okay, so this is weird because I'm opening ace five off, but not ace six, ace seven. Ace five off and like ace eight plus.
Okay.
I'm
And then
And
suited aces, all of them or none, or just ace five suited plus. What do you? I'm just.
I think all of I think all of the suited aces.
Yep. This is where me and you part ways, brother. I would lose control of my body in the cutoff on a money bubble and open fucking aggressive in real
I was
life.
gonna, yeah, I
I'm
was gonna
opening all
say,
my pairs.
The only reason why I didn't is because of Big Brother. Big Brother
Fuck him.
covers us, so I'm a
We're in
little.
position.
yeah.
I would
That's
open
true.
every single pair. I would. Oh, I mean, in real life, I would probably open every ace, every pair.
Well,
All my suited kings, queen five. I would be opening way
You-
too wide.
you have to
I'm
realize,
way
though,
wide in this spot.
even though the big blind covers us,
So
we are the one stack the big blind doesn't want to collide
Yeah.
with.
Most
I
risky.
want to open because the
That's
big
true.
blind has so many chips.
Okay, so
I want them
there's-
all.
So this is where I think in real life, a slight deviations depending on the opponents behind, but naturally you want to at least be 30, 34. But I would be, depending on opponents, if I have everybody covered, it's all this, all this, all this, all my suited queens, all my suited sixes, all my suited one gappers except for 3, 4, and all my pairs. Like I would just, I don't miss, we don't miss this. I'd open all my suited sixes here as well.
I see. So-
There's like it can't. How is it going to be worse for you? Just I don't know. It feels like a spot where it's good when you have these guys covered to be more aggressive and wider, especially in the small and lower stakes where they can't. They're not gonna.
Yeah,
They're gonna
yeah,
want to cash more. More of those guys are gonna want to cash and don't give a shit.
You're right.
Oh God.
God.
Well, you keep getting. You were getting the worst spots, dude.
Ace nine suited. Okay.
You got 30 this time. Yeah.
Okay. I'm taking eight. I'm jamming ace 10 suited for sure.
Ooh. Okay.
I think this is a fold. I think this one's a fold.
I'm folding.
God, what is wrong with me? Fold.
That's a very interesting spot because like in
It
game,
is.
I think in game these raises are very strong.
Insanely
here-
strong.
Yeah, but here when he has the bluffs, it's very tricky to answer what are we going to do with ace nine because we are ahead with of many of the bluffs.
Yep. Because he uses ace 5, 6, 7, and 8, right?
But we're
He
also
uses-
blocking. But we're also blocking the bluffs.
He
All I
says,
know is if I open his hand before I open it, I know I'm folding to a raise. That's all. I'm
Yeah, but we
thinking.
got equity. We could flop a flush draw, two pair.
A lot of the
Yeah.
suited aces are the ones you use to
Yeah.
come
put
back over
pressure
the
back on
top.
him.
Pause ace queen. Ace queen suited. That's interesting.
God,
Ace
ace queen off.
Ace queen
just-
suited is the one in the middle.
Call.
There it is,
folding-
guys.
I'm
Ace
folding
queen.
all those aces that are jamming. Ace 2, ace 3, ace 4, ace 5, I'm folding them all to a raise.
You got nobody
Oh,
left.
I'm
back
jamming
behind.
ace 5 suited down. I was going to fold ace 8, ace 7.
Don't do it, Cap. You know we don't have a Nits Anonymous group here.
You
Yeah, I know.
also
Well, I
found-
didn't know you did this in the spot. Like I
True.
just
Hijack re-raise. Can you show the? Can you
Oh,
show
his
the-
3-bet range. Yeah, very good call. We can I hate when it does that. There we go. So it is using ace deuce, ace 3. It has 6, 7, and 8 in there. That's why I thought ace 9 would be.
Yeah. Me too.
We can't be calling that little 3-bet, man. That seems like the worst option is calling this 3-bet with
Unless
some-
you have-
got ace queen suited or something. Oh, here it is.
We found a spot where we can slow play our aces.
Hey, slow play aces. Yeah, there it is. Give me
I might
2
agree.
more hands.
I
I'm
might
sorry, go
agree
ahead.
with queen jack suited.
You would what is it? Was it jamming it? I missed it. What was it
No,
doing
it
with
was
it?
folding it. I probably would have called.
Me too, bro. For 2.5 more, I would have flicked it. It's like, damn, I can flop some pretty. ass
I'm
shit
folding
with this,
7.
bro.
Yeah, I'm folding
Okay,
7.
what's the bottom? Into this table configuration, what is your bottom, sir?
10, tens maybe. I'm nitty here.
How about how about suited aces?
Oh, ace jack suited.
And then offsuit ace queen, right?
Half the time ace queen. Honestly,
So establishing his range, he's saying nines plus ace jack suited plus ace queen off half the time. Let's see how he did. Anybody want to? Jacks plus, Romano says. Well, okay, how about Romano says jacks plus? How about ace queen, the offsuit and suited aces, I should say. What do you think of Romano? The suited aces, which are worst suited ace and the worst offsuit ace.
Probably like ace queen.
Suited on both? I mean, suited,
Yeah,
offsuit and suited?
I guess something like that. Yeah, I don't know exactly what.
Wow,
Wow.
this is a bit
Wow.
wider. Holy shit, this is wider than I would not be calling sevens ever.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
I'd be folding eights as well. I'd be nines plus. ace jack
EP's
suited
probably
plus.
jamming, he's probably jamming about 18%.
19, very good call, my man. Good job, Joey. So 19% jamming rate. He still needs to fucking move the
Insane.
chips. He's yeah, we can't be so shook. Everybody in this room got this one wrong.
If you figure he's got 18%, you gotta call at least the top third. So we gotta
Which
call
is-
at least top six. I would have been at eights and
Me too.
ace
I
jack.
mean, I'd have been at fucking nines in games. But we're only calling out six bigs. We can call, and we're gonna get super honest responses behind. We have no coming back over the top range, really. I'm not gonna lie and say ace king. Well, I have 30. I wouldn't jam, so I'd probably be calling everything. But seeing ace jack call from here feels insane. We're only flatting here. Correct, pucks. Only flats. Only flats. It protects our aces, right? And our overpair.
Yeah, makes sense.
And once we
Yep.
start splitting our range, then it makes us, easier to play against. So this is good.
Are we calling
Um,
ace 10 suited in game? Sorry to interrupt.
Yep, it's the green here, sir. Ace 10 suited is the call.
We're a good bit deeper here than when we folded eights earlier too.
Yeah, I think we had, 20 there?
22, I think.
22, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and
Um,
this one here, I know there's a little bit of future game taken into account on this because our only raise size is going to be jam, but we've got with the stacks behind us, that's not going to be good, especially coming into the big blind.
No. Yeah, the big blind
So-
is covered, so and the cutoff here as
yeah.
well.
Plus, we've got one that's 10 big blinds less than we've
Right.
got 3 stacks behind that can call if we jam just based on their stack size.
Let's be honest, how many people wouldn't have, before seeing this, would have gone more nuts with ace king?
Not with 30. I mean, I'm better.
No,
I mean, but if
would've.
I'm not gonna lie, if I had 25,
I would have clicked
bigs-
it back at it with ace king.
No, I would have called with ace, but if I have 25, my big leak is if I have 20-ish here, I would fucking just rip the ace king off every time.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Like 20-ish, I could just shrug it and say, I'm putting in a third of my chips or something anyway, so I'm not folding, Lynn. I don't really want to see some dumb shit.
If he open jammed like 4 or 5 bigs, I would click it, but 6 as my cutoff. That's what I call. Like if they have 6, I figure I call, that's enough. No one's gonna get involved behind me unless they got a really good hand. That's how I
Yep.
think about it.
Yep, and now we see we don't want to be raising here because you're never going to raise with aces and kings. And your range is going to be super protected. All these other hands are protected because you're going to always just call aces and kings. And that's the way to think about it. Aces, kings,
Yeah.
and queens need to just only call to make the most money. And when you're raising in this spot, the table should say, this motherfucker doesn't have aces, kings, or queens. Otherwise, he would just only call. Let's do Uno Mas, Molten.
All right. Oh my god, small blind range. Do we have limps here?
Sorry, guys.
I'm
Something else.
I don't know how much small blind range in game I'm probably raising.
Okay, what's
But I'm
up?
wondering if 3x.
This
Oh, it is limp. They
It's right.
do
And,
have limps in.
and I wanted to make this is something that I think is a mistake as well that I see a lot. And now people do it to me in game and I'm like, cool. It's too small. 3x is just too small when
3.5.
it is deep. You get to the 3x stage when you're like 25, 30 big blinds. And then when you're like sub 25 bigs and 20 bigs and stuff like that, when you raise, you got 2.5x.
On the small blind?
Correct. Do 2.5x from the small blind is
Oh, I've never done that.
Hell yeah.
It's
Well, I
because
mean, we'll
it's-
see it as well.
It's also in some of the ICM applications where
Yes.
like you can lower your raise size, because if the opponent is a good player and understands that he just can't call because of the ICM, you can
Yep.
lower the raise size.
Yep. Final tables, final table bubbles, when we're like 20 effective, 17 effective and shit like that, the size is 2.5. Only 2.5. 2.75 or something like that as well. It's kind of,
Yeah, I use 2.7.
yeah. Molten Ashes, that's good though, man. You had a lot of tough spots, man. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you for stepping up. Let me see. All right, Romano, get it out your system. Give us five of the best hands you've ever played in your life. Get it in.
Let's go.
First hand dealt dog shit. Good to see.
Whoa. Yeah, I guess we have to fold. It's but so think just the hand. Give me a hand. Something.
Yeah, no, I was waiting. Yeah, you say fold this. Are you defending the offsuit 2 gappers, the offsuit 1 gappers? What is the bottom of your defending range? How would you structure like the bottom? Are you folding your offsuit 5s, your offsuit 6s, your offsuit 7?
Yeah,
When does it end?
probably the king X ones and the offsuit region ones. I probably would, but the connected ones, I think we can call. The suited ones for sure.
What's your
So
worst
what's the-
offsuit king?
Yeah, what's the worst? I was literally just thinking that. He said the king X. What's the worst? Like, we have to have a bottom of range here with my offsuit. I always
No, so probably like king 9.
So you're folding all your offsuit 8s that aren't 1 or 2 gappers. Is that where it ends? Offsuit 8s.
See you, Beats.
Take care, Beats. Thank you, man, for hanging out.
So one of the things that I also struggle is defending ace-x, like the offsuit ones.
Ace-x? We're
Yeah,
never
like-
folding pre. You just yeah.
We're never
let's fold
folding an
this.
ace here.
So this is what I wanted to see. When I ask you guys, like, what's the bottom of your range? You don't have to give me like a specific hands. I always just say like, are you in there with your offsuit 6s, your offsuit 7s? You're
I was
obviously in
thinking,
there
I
with
was
your
thinking
offsuit
more of the
9s.
6x because of the wheel blocker, but that was where my bottom was gonna
The
be.
good thing is we cover and we're pretty deep ourselves, so we can it's pretty similar to Chippy V, but not really.
No, yeah. We still have to be in there with a lot of kings and like offsuit 6, but we never fold in like the offsuit 8x plus and stuff like that. And folding a lot of this. This is something that is absolutely never done. And this is something worth taking a look at. Mixing in these 3 bets in the money, with your ace deuce, ace 3, ace 4, ace 5 to opens from EP. It's just, we're playing in the kiddie games compared to like what will happen to you when you move up in stakes. I'm imagine Mateos and all these guys and Peters, like they're finding these frequencies of 3 bets.
It's interesting to see that since we cover a special, we just want to re-raise the blockers a lot.
Yep.
Just put other people to the tough spot when we can.
Yep, it's tough as hell. And if you use this strategy with the ace blocker as well, it's just gonna wreck people. Like, this is pretty strong, right? I don't find this enough. But
That's
I
very
will.
hard, yeah.
I'm gonna experiment tonight. You opening this?
EP.
Larry,
So
good point.
this, I'm folding. I'm folding.
What's the
open,
bottom?
so-
What's the bottom of the opening range? And you opening king, queen. What's the worst offsuit ace? What's the worst suited ace? And what's the worst offsuit? Well, offsuit king. You're obviously opening king, queen. So yeah, just give me a breakdown of the opening
Queen
range.
probably is maybe even king queen off can be mixing in this spot. I don't know.
Never. Sorry, that's a spoiler alert. You're never folding king, queen off.
I mean in the
So the good thing here is we cover most of the people, so maybe not. But in the ICM, like, but just a few weeks ago, we saw some of the sims where it was a thing. So I'm not so sure.
So what percentage? Yeah. What percentage of hands do you think you're opening? And then from there, you can visualize what you need to be, what that looks like. Or it sounds like if you're mixing king, queen off full, it sounds like you're opening like 10% of hands or something like that.
15%
not really,
of hands.
because I'm opening all suited aces.
All the suited aces?
All suited aces.
Okay.
All suited aces. King 10 plus suited.
Okay.
Maybe even king 9 suited.
I'm liking this a little bit
Probably
more.
gets a bit dicey there. I would deviate from maybe I would cut off ace 10 in this situation, like offsuit ones. So I would be nittier with the offsuit region, and the other stuff I would just go in.
Okay, this is interesting. He says he might be folding, mixing fold with king, queen, opening. That range looks like something I've never seen. Like I think we're gonna be mixing. This could probably open.
Pairs are like probably like eights plus 9s plus something like that.
8s plus 9s plus. We're just okay. We're gonna fold this like he said. It just insanely too tight. Like insane tightness. We cannot be that tight. I want you guys to. You have 40 bigs here on the money. We fucking get to just eat.
So essentially a normal opening range for the most part.
Yeah, but no, it's even more aggressive.
Because you throw in some king 7 and king 6, I think.
There's ICM pressure.
Yeah.
There's condensed calling ranges. There's condensed 3-bet ranges. People aren't gonna fuck with you like that from your under the gun range. You have 2 paint blockers.
I mean,
don't be.
I was just thinking about the sim more, because like in real, I have opened even wider when I'm just like getting the blinds and just like trying to build from
It's
from
okay,
people
buddy.
folding in the bubble. You know?
Everybody's too tight.
But I was
man.
just I was just trying to get the sim pretty much. Yeah.
No, I know what you were trying to do, but we're trying to visualize something. I mean, we're here to learn. We don't have. We need to. I'm just letting you guys know when you get in these spots when you're 40 bigs on these money bubble. You're so used to being down to 20, 25. Now we have an opportunity to try to accumulate. And when we have an opportunity to be first in, you get to be wider with your offsuit ace X and ICM considerations when you're deeper with 40 plus bigs. You get to be more aggressive with offsuit ace X. More aggressive with suited kings.
What I'm most surprised here. What I'm most surprised here is that the solver opens even king 5 plus suited. That's
right. I'm kind of too nitty here. Like I don't see. Excuse me. I don't see a king jack. I don't open king jack. I mean, in cash games I fold it for sure. I don't know if it's it's a mistake.
Yeah, I mean this is why
in cash you're never, for sure. These are very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
All right, yeah, go ahead, Romano. You folding this, calling this. What's the bottom of the call range?
Thank you.
Yeah, in that spot, guys.
That's probably
Just,
a jam,
just-
I guess. I guess it's a jam.
A fold.
So you've been jammed on. So you mean you want to call?
He raised.
We raise.
He puts us almost all in.
So,
If you only have a jam here, but not with this hand.
yeah, I think in game I probably wouldn't do it, but I think we go broke. It's just too good in blind versus blind here.
I think it's a fold.
Can't.
I'm like
can't
10s. I'm like 10s plus. You gotta fold, I think. I'm like
So-
10s plus, ace queen suited, ace queen off, I guess. Ace jack
King.
suited.
Sorry, I was
King
muted. I think there's a reason they don't let you re-raise here. It's a hint.
Yeah, so Romano, you were calling this. You said it's too good. No, we got to fold.
Oh,
Yeah, they don't let you re-raise because it's a fucking fold all day.
So ace 9 suited, and then you have 8s plus. I mean, sound like you were pretty close, Cap, but maybe
Yeah, I mean, I was
tight on the
10s.
pairs. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
They
you were-
don't
10s
let
and
you
ace jack
re-raise
suited.
because it's all in.
Yeah, the rest of this is yeah,
Calling
just
puts you
over.
all in. That's why we don't have a raise.
Oh, he only raised to 14. We had 15.
Yeah,
something.
we could have went all in. I was doing the math before I spoke. It was so weird. We could have re-raised all in.
It didn't even give us an option to.
Yeah, I think that was a hint for fold. That was my idea.
Yeah. Last one, Romano. You jamming here? What are you doing? Calling, jamming, folding? Larry says he might call here.
That might be a fold, actually.
Well, if you look back at the middle position earlier, when he's calling his aces, kings, queens, jacks here.
Oh, I see
Yeah,
what
but
you're
it's-
saying.
But it's
Yeah.
multi-way here. It's multi-way here and the MP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Putz is folding.
I'm folding. I'm
Romano's
folding.
folding. Setabs is all in. Obviously, I hate my life here. Probably
Based on my discussion, I'm probably folding too, but
so many fucking fold. Toe, are you folding this?
Shook.
I'm GG. It's the
I
the
think-
dream is
I
dead.
think
It's
we
the
can-
early
so-
position
open
so
and
I
the early
think-
position
but
flat.
if you go back to that
think-
earlier sim where he's flatting aces, kings, queens, jacks in here,
Yeah, the range.
I
is
mean, you have
because the MP
tens.
calls.
if he's playing
Because-
properly in world.
He's
He ain't
not
got no
flatting
flats. He's
aces,
not,
kings,
dude.
jacks.
He's not.
He's not
We've
flatting.
never seen a sim where he's flatting all three. Like, there's no flats from all three hands.
Okay, I'm mistaken. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
I'll
Yeah,
take
there's
something else.
definitely no flatting in his
No,
range.
no,
for
he
all
was
three
saying
combos.
he was saying that in prior sim the MP was calling the early position raise, where we just said that where we protect our
But
range
he's-
by calling
it
aces
was-
also.
It wasn't.
was the sixth
no,
That's what he's
no.
referring to. That's what he's referring to.
I had the wrong spots.
So
Okay.
the thing is that the MP's range is very strong here.
GG.
And since-
I would.
But I'm
I would-
still
see?
folding.
Still
See?
folding.
See,
And then we have king, queen, suited, ace.
I-
Look at this
I'm not so
crazy
bad.
ass shit.
I'm not so bad.
Ace four, ace five. Like,
I'm
this
never
is
calling.
wild. And there's
We don't
no,
wanna take
yeah,
that.
everybody who said call, we can't take it to the streets. And for the Spaz army, like myself, me and you said, Habs, bang. We
The
are
moment the
dead,
MP
but it's okay.
calls,
Well,
the
at
moment
least
the
us
MP
guys that
calls-
called didn't punt. At least we
Oh,
get the, at
you only
least we
lost
get the
2
set
days.
mine.
Just hit a set, put the two in and then just check fold. Hey,
That's what I was doing.
True. You only lose
Everything
the
is
two bigs,
very
Rob lost my
different.
stat.
I
So,
would
just-
say everything is very different when there is no MP call. Then we are pretty much broke. But since
Yep.
the MP calls, it's just so strong.
All right, Josh, you ready to step in? Josh Folger.
I would love to.
All right, my man. Good luck. Get in here and give us the best run of poker you've ever played in your life. So we
What
got
do we
3
do?
bet.
Okay.
We opened in the hijack and got 3 bet. Are you calling this? And then you can quickly go through your ranges. I want to get, oh shit, it's 305. I might have time for one more person.
He's got 40 bigs, right? He's got 40 bigs behind.
Yep.
If that's it, I'm probably just gonna call. I do like to have a calling range here. Should have a calling range, I think, right?
You tell me, you're playing a hand. You're calling this?
I think the lowest I'll call is maybe king queen suited. Maybe I think king queen suited or ace 10 suited, whatever's lower. That's my guess for there.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we're all here to guess and get better. It's not. I'm wrong sometimes. Everybody in this room is wrong. Nobody knows this shit by heart. It's not easy.
Except
We
for
just do the
Beats.
best we can. Beats is even wrong as hell in some of these spots.
For what it's
He's
worth.
only wrong because it's PFA. If this
So
was
this, so
BTOW,
he
he'd
also,
never be wrong.
he re-raised. So I mean, he could be on autopilot with that 5x, and he can either just have hands like ace king or aces and stuff like that. So definitely a call all day.
It's mixing, yeah, it is mixing call a lot more. I think a lot of people were cat jamming GG another cat jam
Yeah,
GG
never.
another.
I don't mind a JJ. I mean, I don't mind it. Yeah,
The problem with jamming here is that
Hilarious,
then you
bro.
only get called by hands that crush you.
100%. You're never getting
Yeah,
called
but
by eight.
Never
You're gonna get in
called by
some
eight.
flips.
You're gonna get
Get
Yeah.
in like 2 flips, ace
Uh,
king and ace queen.
But
and
actually,
crushed by everybody
the big
else.
blind, but actually the big blind covers us here, so he actually can have pretty many like bluffs that
Ace
abuse
two,
us.
ace three,
So
ace four, ace
I
five.
think
these-
jamming is fine.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you're not making them. You are not
Yeah, I
making them a mistake by jamming or calling, guys. Like
Yes.
it could be up for debate, and you could. In game, you need to decide on your opponent, on your threshold for bubbling this or giving a fuck, or if this opponent's numbers. If you're on global, you're gonna have to guess.
I could
On global,
see
it's not
myself
fold.
even jamming fives
Nope.
there sometimes against some.
Holy
You know.
shit, I mean, fold.
I mean, I should have let you get through the range. This is
Well, it was
maybe-
obvious. It was obvious.
I know I got lazy here. I should have like
Fuck out of there.
say, what are you calling? This is my bad. I'll give you another hand. My bad.
It's all good. I know you're short for time too, and that was a fold. Obvious fold.
My brain said get off. Here we go.
This is fun.
No, so we've talked about this many a times, and I'm trying to
Okay.
get you guys to think in regards to what is the bottom of your offsuit defending range. Do not say one or two specific hands. That's going to actually tilt me. So what is the bottom of your offsuit calling range? Is it your offsuit 8x, 7x, 6x?
Okay, give
What are you
me
calling there?
1 second. So I didn't open, right? I'm a big blind. So the bottom of my calling range for the offsuits.
Yes.
Good question. I kind of want to make it. I want to make it 8, but also mix in 5s once in a while. That's honestly what I want to do. Is
So when you say I want to mix in 5s, it's obviously with your king 5, queen 5, and stuff like that, and then
Yes.
folding the offsuit 3 gappers with 7, 6, and 5. I can understand that, and I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I do think we maybe want to go a slight pip higher with the queen, and then call like king 7 and stuff like that. But let's see.
About a 3-bet.
Okay. So the king 7s, I like it.
Yeah, king 7, and
Oh,
then your
wow.
3-bet down here.
Jeez.
Yeah, still out of
He's
here.
such a funny bird, right? Like so nitty, except for when he's not.
Who? Oh yeah, Cap. Yeah. He just
So
gets
nitty, except for when he's
loses
not. And when he's
control of his
not, he's
body.
really not. Yeah, it's interesting.
It's
I
so
was
weird.
folding too. I was folding too.
Had to fold. Yeah.
Oh, so we are folding the queen 5 there. We are folding the queen
100%.
5.
Yep. And
I
then
knew
we're
it was
calling
bottom
king
range,
5.
so I thought it might 3-bet.
Well, suited and big blind here. I'm closing action. The ranges could be semi. I'm definitely calling here. Every day I'm calling.
What's the bottom of your squeeze range for your suited? What's the worst suited ace you'll squeeze?
Worst suited ace I'll squeeze is I'm probably ace 5. Probably ace 5. I should
Ace
probably do
5?
better. I should probably do better and do some ace 4s, maybe even ace 3s, but I will do ace 5.
How about the best? How about or what are you doing? What are you doing with ace jack, ace queen, ace 10 plus?
Off
Suited.
or suited?
Yeah, ace 10 off
Suited. What am I? Okay, I think ace jack suited plus I'm gonna shove, and then not ace jack all the time, but most of the time, and then the offsuits. I think I could just call ace 10 up from here. I think I can just do that.
Ace 10 up, so ace king you're calling?
I mean, no, ace king and ace queen I can also shove. Sorry, ace, but the bottom for calling is ace 10, ace jack. I think
This will be good for you. This is going to be really good because I don't think we do any jamming.
I think
No
we might
jamming.
fold
I
like,
mean, not any jamming, but not with those. We are. Fuck me. We need to use ace 3, ace 4, ace 5. Damn, we're jamming queen jack as well. I was fucking just dead.
I wanted to
king,
say we
queen,
aren't
jack,
calling all
queen,
these
jack.
suited hands. I was
Me
gonna
too,
try to
man.
get that in.
I don't get the king 10
sorry.
and queen jacks enough. That's good. Even kings.
I don't do this enough. I'm griefing this spot.
Yeah, this is a good one.
This is a super fucking good spot. So take a moment to look at our multi-way response versus because this is going to be fairly common.
Wow, it is. It's very common. It's a fun one to play too. Because you just get to
Jamming
check your
folds out the
range.
buttons range almost completely. He's capped.
Yeah.
Doubt he's fucking slow playing aces and stuff like that with a flat. Is he? No, he's not.
Beautiful.
Nope.
This is very good to see, guys.
Yeah.
This will help us crush it now because anytime we see these kind of flats in the middle, we need to be hyper vigilant about squeezing. Like king 4, king 5, king 6. This is awesome to see. I'm excited to play poker tonight now again. I just can't like
Definitely.
my sack in there in a spot like this. Ace 5 off, just 60% of the time, making it 5-7-5. Woo!
5-7-5.
This is a super good spot. In here peeling, we're very tight in the offsuit range. Continuing though, ace 9, we're folding all the offsuit 9x, offsuit 10x as well. Queen jack, not flicking in one chip. Imagine that.
How many people are
suited
are
stuff
mixed?
too?
Yeah, look at all the suited shit we're folding.
I was
as
trying
well.
to say I wasn't sure this. I thought for sure king 4, like queen 4
Bro.
folded, but I wasn't sure about queen 5. I knew a lot of the suited stuff folded.
Are you serious? We're not able to play jack 8 suited? What a sexy hand to not be able to just flick one chip. Damn, that's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Is it because their calling range connects with that range and they're at a higher
reverse
their calling
implied
range-
odds on this?
You're gonna be dominated a lot.
You're gonna be
Yeah.
dominated by
They're
better Jack X.
Making age dog
What-
shit.
When
Who's
there-
mixing 10th here?
When there's a caller in between, our ranges get super tight
Yes.
If he has his
in the
cover.
big blind compared to what we're used to.
And we're on a money bubble type situation like this. Yeah, good point. Two more hands.
Fold.
Bottom of call range. We
Bottom
looked
by
at a spot
call.
like this.
Bottom
Yeah,
by
we
call
looked
is
at a
like
spot.
ace queen, I think, or yeah, ace queen off.
You know
ace
he's
queen
shoving
suited.
all in for a 6 big blind stack. That's too
Oh, I
tight.
didn't. My bad.
gotta
I
be
guess
wide.
I guess I
Wider.
fucked up.
Yep.
Ace queen. Still, I'm gonna go with ace queen or ace jack with my calling range probably.
What's the worst pair you'll call with?
Worst pair I'll call with? Eights. I think eights.
All you guys are too tight. We seen a
think we're
spot
ace
like
ten out
this
here.
earlier. Setups, you said ace queen off, ace queen suited and 10s plus too tight by
Maybe
a country
sevens.
mile. You get to call here fucking pretty wide, man. When he's
Okay.
shoving because he's shoving 19% of hands. 20%.
Ace 8 off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep,
That's his
so
range. Okay.
So we're gonna
this
be
ace
calling
10
at
off
least
plus.
Ace
This
I
is
still
gonna be
think I'm-
close.
plus
Yeah, I still think I fold
ace
ace nine.
jack, sevens.
Sixes plus.
Like
Sixes.
king, queen, I probably would have flatted too.
I may have put king, queen off in.
You would have
I'm
put queen
I'm
queen
not
in
gonna
there as
lie.
well.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, I'm flattening it.
Yeah, it's hard to not to, right? Joey, after we saw like it was 19% under the gun last time, you start thinking like, how is King Queen doing all right versus the 19%? So I was kind of not sure. King Jack suited would have been a tough one for me to fold, to be honest. Ace 8 suited.
I didn't
after
see was
knowing-
all in.
Yeah, he's all in for 6. All right, one more,
Nice.
one more, Josh. No, you get some dog shit. This doesn't count, man.
Damn. Oh, this is fun.
Actually,
That is
fuck it.
really fun.
Because now you have to decide what you grief your tournament with. BBB. What's the bottom of your? Are you calling every single ace X here
Yes,
to this?
probably.
Okay.
Yep.
What's the worst offsuit king you call with?
Worst offsuit king will probably be king 8.
Ooh, look at you. All your pairs?
No, probably not all my pairs. I'm probably gonna. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know about all my pairs. I might time out on this one. I might just call 4s and up for some reason. That's it. I don't know why.
Hey, you keeping it real. I like the keeping it real aspect. And then are you calling any suited 10, suited 9, suited 8s? Are you calling
I
like
might call. I
king-
might call
are you-
almost all of them. I might call almost all the one with faces. I mean, sorry.
Well, I mean, obviously you're gonna call all your ace X, but what about your Jack 10 suited, Jack 9 suited, Jack 8?
Yeah,
What about your
all
queen?
my 8 jack, 8 queen, 8 king suited call.
Suited 8s.
Yeah, suited 8s with faces call. I might even call, and I might. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, all the suited 8s with faces up.
I think
call.
this might look like a low jack range with
Whoa.
Chippy V.
Uh-oh. We got a lot to call. We got a lot more to call with. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Look at all the 7 suited, 6 suited.
Night. It's time to go to bed. It's time
Uh-oh.
to fucking go to bubbles. I mean, dude.
Never
what
finding
you-
this.
Uh,
You gotta, dude, just call. This is insane. You just go, bro, bubble.
So how do you feel about this, Cray? How
Look
do you
at this.
feel?
Okay, you know why? What do you think the small blind's jamming here, Josh?
What
do you think
anything.
They're jamming 82, right?
Yeah. Anything.
I mean, it might be not. Is it 100%? I mean, maybe it's 90% or something.
It's got to be at least 90.
80%. 80%.
Oh, okay.
80. Well, I mean, it did calling 10%, so they're only folding like 82% of the time here and there. And then they're slow playing 10s plus.
And let's count the
That is a
seven
funny
deuce.
one to look at.
Yeah. Yeah, plus when you said that, it's like, damn, you know what? They're probably shoving 82 fucking cards. I mean,
Wow.
I would be shoving 82 in his spot. Maybe
I
not.
think since people
100%.
overfold anyway, probably any 2 is plus EV.
Like, look at Josh. We were fucking folding like we're folding like this. He was folding potentially.
Yep, I was
queen
folding
three
all
suited,
that.
Queen deuce suited. He was
Oh.
folding 2s and 3s, right?
Fuck no, we fucked up.
He's calling king. It was king 8 off, right? He was folding all the. So this
Wow.
is why I'm not making fun of you, Josh. I'm just
I
saying.
know, you know,
like,
I know.
This is the bubble. We're 5 off, and I think your response mentally is how a lot of people are going to respond.
Okay.
And looking at the responses in the chat is why, like ace X, king X, queen 8, like we're calling queen 3. So people all too tight in this spot, calling off. So that means when you're in the small blind spot, you should think like, hey, I was too tight here. Most people in my study group were too tight. So now I should probably go fucking ape shit because people are going to be over folding. Right?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So-
Could you take separately? Can you open later somehow 10 big blind same spot?
No, I can't. I mean,
I just did it. It is 96% jam, 10 big blind, 17.5% from the.
Oh
small
yeah,
blind.
okay. From the small blind at when we're a little bit deeper.
Wait, are you saying he's jamming more with less big blinds?
With more, yes.
If
Wow.
if the stacks are even at 10, it's a 96% jam from the.
Yeah,
small
10
blind.
big blind,
Wow.
symmetrical.
Wow.
If it was somehow symmetrical with this player and you both have the same stack,
Yeah.
you force him to fucking call. And then in real life, people are just gonna be too tight. So
This is beautiful.
yep. And then hopefully this is the kind of stuff that really helps you guys bubble less, make more chips. And I want to see you guys cashing more, man. I think this is a lot of work that a lot of people don't get to do, to think about. We do this as a group. We get to learn each other's ranges and our tendencies to see like, okay, like this all helps us get better, right? So hopefully this is really good.
But
for you
what's the
guys,
calling?
you know.
But what's the calling range for big blind when 10 big blinds? Same situation.
I mean, I don't have time. I have to leave in like 5 minutes. So
Hang on,
I'm
I'll
not gonna
pull it
have
up.
time to get it. Yeah, you can put it in the chat. I literally have to get out of here to go grab
If
the kiddos.
Pucks, can you
Hell yeah.
screenshot that? Send it to me.
Woo, kind of a struggle.
Well, thank you for this session. It's always a good time, dude. Every single week you putting on.
Yeah, I really hope you guys are getting value out of this. I know some of you guys. I know Molten Ashes is making some big final tables, crushing it. And I know I've seen you doing your thing, my man, on Global, and a lot of you guys have been improving your results. I don't think it's only because you guys come here. I hope we're all just understanding that, yeah, this is going to help you, but you still have to do a lot of work on your own. I gave you guys those filters. If you get a little bit of free time, do a little research on your own game, use some of those filters. Start digging in. It'll help you become better. But yeah, guys, any final words, final thoughts or anything before we get out of here?
Yes. May
Yep.
the poker gods be with you all, and I'll be working this week, so I'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Yep. And here's the 10 big blind response from all in from small blind who's jamming 100% damn near. You still are tight as shit. There it is. I put it on screen here.
I think that
Thank you,
last
Bucks.
range we looked at is actually a bug. I sent them a ticket.
From the
Queen
small
three
blind?
hand when because there was no option like to click it in either. Like, I think that's a bug. We had that happen twice. And it just doesn't seem natural. It doesn't seem like it's ever a thing. When he opened like 5.2 and we had 6 bigs. Blind versus blind, right? Like that doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah. I wish I had time to get into it.
Well, I shot him a ticket. I'll let you know what they respond.
Yeah. Wait a minute, let me see something. I can't fucking help myself. God damn it. Trying to find a comparable small blind where we're both fucking in hell. This is close. We would call any two there. I just want 2 10 big blind stacks in the blinds. Or 2 stacks that are close to 10 and see the responses.
Wow, this is
13 and
very
18.
tight. How can it? Yeah, this is very tight now. Oh, but maybe it is. Hey guys, maybe it is because there are smaller stacks in the ICM sim that are just busting, and we are just so much over the threshold that we make it so tight because of that.
This isn't even going that crazy in this spot from 13 to 17. But no, again, nonetheless, we have the resources to find this kind of stuff. So yeah, if you guys, some of you guys, GTO Wizard, put it in the MTT hand history room and we can continue that conversation with these ranges there. If you find something, Cap, let us know what they say on that ticket if that is griefed, because that would be important. But yeah, any other final thoughts or anything like that?
Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys. I consider you guys like my babies, and I want to see you crush it. We're gonna have a good time in Vegas. I want to be in that winner's photo after you guys win bracelets. I'm gonna be in those winner photos.
Thanks,
So-
Dad.
Just a
Yeah.
funny end before going. The guy just started my tournament, and I protect my ace king. The guy shove on me with a deuce 3 suited and doubled me down.
Oh, you hate to see it.
Would I be a douche if I wear my bracelet like most of the time?
The knight stand behind the couch. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, well, everyone. Like, do people wear their bracelets?
No, hell no, nobody. Only old school, like,
Yeah.
but they keep, like,
I
I'll
would
let you
never
know
take it
what.
off.
Yeah, no, I would be out of control if I had one.
Yeah.
I would never take it off.
I'll make that bitch a necklace or something and just rock it like.
Right? Call me a douche.
Yep. All right, guys, I got to get in here. If you guys enjoy this, always make sure to let the PC community know, let people outside of this know how good this is. If you guys think you're getting value of it, I know you want to keep me to yourselves, but that's not fair. But no, thank you guys for the support, man. We appreciate you guys. As Affleck gets back in town, or Evan, we're gonna get one of these guys in this group, and I'm gonna keep thinking of little things like filters, database analysis, whatever we can do to improve in our time. I'm always trying to improve, so I'll think of new things to keep it fresh, so we're not bored or anything like that in this group, or we get stagnant. So I'll keep it fresh.
Thanks, man.
Thank you guys. Take care, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Life,
Bye.
Thank you.
life is bluff.
Life is bluff. All right.